Weather, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Gas prices are surging in the U.S., with drivers paying about 20% more per gallon than before the start of the war with Iran. This driver in Raleigh, North Carolina, has noticed.
I saw it jump last week. I think where I usually go, it had jumped something like 25 cents a gallon. I was kind of stunned.
AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded gas today is $3.54. Just yesterday, it was $3.48. And last week, it was $3.11. World leaders look to oil reserves, but so far are holding off on tapping them. U.S. Energy Secretary Chris Wright's post saying the U.S. Navy escorted a tanker in the Strait of Hormuz was quickly deleted from social media. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the U.S. Navy has not escorted any tankers through the strait, and
the U.S. military is drawing up additional options following the president's directive to continue keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says Iran stands alone and they are losing badly. CBS's Charlie D'Agata in Tel Aviv reports.
The U.S. military loves a statement that says the enemy always has a vote. And Iran has signaled multiple times, including today, that they are in no position or incentive to surrender or to be part of any kind of negotiations to bring an end to this.
The World Health Organization is warning of a problem stemming from strikes on oil facilities. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The UN Health Agency has an office in Iran and says it's received multiple reports of oil-laden rain this week. Tehran was choked in black smoke.
The black rain and the acidic rain coming with it is indeed a danger for the population. We are in touch with the hospitals, and authorities have issued an alert advising people to stay indoors in light especially.
The World Health Organization's Christian Lindmeier, there's been an uptick in strikes on Iran's domestic energy supplies.
Baltimore's mayor says a police officer was shot today while responding to a barricade situation at a home in the city. Police say that a suspect was also shot during the incident. This man was in the area when it happened.
I heard a shotgun shot, and I dropped my phone. It's so loud and terrifying.
The officer was taken to a hospital shock trauma unit. The National Weather Service has just upgraded its weather threat for northern Illinois, which includes the Chicago area and northwest Indiana. There is now a moderate risk for tornadoes from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Stocks are up on Wall Street. The Dow has jumped 99 points. Oil is down 11.5%. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Tension between a couple of Mariners teammates at yesterday's USA-Mexico game. More on that on the way. But first, over to the KIRO Newsradio traffic desk with Lori.
Linwood to Seattle now down to a 3-minute slowdown. 405 northbound still struggling through Renton, about a 2-minute delay into Bellevue. 99, of course, still closed through tomorrow. South Holden to East Marginal Way for the road work there. A collision eastbound 16 at Burnham. Not sure if it cleared, but boy, it's still a big backup all the way to 302. If you're heading over the mountain passes, traction tires advised on US 2. No restrictions right now on I-90. I'm Lori, KIRO, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The 15-hour marathon debate over millionaires' tax in Washington continues. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Republicans are trying to entice Democrats to vote yes on their dozens of proposed amendments.
House lawmakers in Olympia have been debating and voting since 5:30 Monday afternoon as Republicans like Travis Couture introduce amendment after amendment, like not double taxing pro athletes.
What really matters to pro sports teams is ticket sales. Cal Raleigh sells tickets. Sam Darnold sells tickets.
The more House amendments pass, the longer a bill can be held up, going back to the Senate for another vote before hitting the governor's desk. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
2 days remain in the current legislative session. Questions continue swirling around Randy Arozarena's fiery post-game remarks following Cal Raleigh's refusal to shake his hand during the USA-Mexico matchup. Video shows Arozarena leaning in as Raleigh said something at the plate, and Arozarena later unloaded pointed language in Spanish. This is Mariners manager Dan Wilson.
These guys are incredible athletes because of their competitiveness, and that's where they're at, and that's why they've gotten to the level that they've gotten. But I also know that our team loves each other deeply.
Whether the tension is real or just WBC competitiveness remains an open question after Monday night's 5-3 U.S. victory. We now know what caused the blockage last month on Mercer Island's sewer line, and it's not what you think. It was fog, fats, oils, and grease, and a lot of it. The Public Works Department reminds customers to dispose of fatty substances properly and keep them out of the drains. Wipe small amounts of grease from pans with paper towels and pour cooled oil and grease in containers with a lid and either recycle or throw them in the garbage. Seattle police say a man was assaulted during a street racing takeover near the Space Needle Saturday night. A Belltown resident told KIRO 7 it's a sign that slow police response times need to change.
I say I've been here for 16 years, and I've just seen more and more and more of this, and more difficult time in getting police responses.
Officers say the crowd had scattered before they arrived. Pierce County deputies say 2 men smashed into a Graham gaming shop early Saturday and stole hundreds of Pokemon card booster packs. KIRO 7's Dee Sun with more.
At the Gamer's Den around 6 a.m. Saturday morning, 2 suspects, they go straight to the back of the store and they fill them in with Pokemon cards. We're talking hundreds of packs.
The sheriff's office is asking anyone with information to call investigators. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Increasing clouds along with rain showers. Another cool day with highs in the mid-40s in the mountains and an entirely different situation. Snow will be falling this afternoon in the Olympics and Cascades above 1,500 feet. A blizzard warning kicks in tomorrow at 6 p.m. through early Thursday morning. The National Weather Service says wind gusts up to 45 miles an hour in the mountains. Those lowlands will see some of that wind too. 43 and partly sunny right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday to you. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, welcome.
Thank you, my friend.
A lot of stuff to talk about today. Everybody's talking about snow. Everybody's very excited about snow.
I'm seeing a lot of different video, people up there in the past getting ready for a blizzard.
Are you
multiple feet?
Are you excited about it?
No.
Does it get you very hot and bothered like it does for some people?
I don't travel to Eastern Washington as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a real factor in my life. We had family over in Wenatchee, but they've since we've lost them. And I don't ski anymore, so no.
It's nice to look at.
It's beautiful. I miss snow. I love snow. I love snow when it falls. It's an event.
We got a little bit of snow this morning at my house.
Did you?
Enough that they, delayed school start.
Oh.
A little school delay, which the kids were over the moon about. I wish I would have gotten a video. It was so adorable when they found out, because they walk out, they look out the window at our yard. It's covered in snow. Like, it's just a dusting, just enough that they can see it, and they're like, snow, because the whole year they've been waiting for it. We haven't gotten any.
Yeah, nothing.
So then they get the 2-hour delay, and then we immediately, like 6:45 a.m., we're outside sledding in the snow.
They got that much to slide
Yeah,
down
just
a
enough.
hill?
Just enough. And it was cold anyway,
Yeah.
so like sometimes even in the frost. They sled in the frost.
Kids nowadays, in my day, I'm going to get on my front lawn for a minute and yell at kids. You had to wait for the morning news to scroll across the TV with the closures.
I remember those
alphabetical order. You had to wait and wait.
Was there a phone number that you could call? Was that a thing, or am I thinking of like just the time? And now the time is.
I remember calling for at the tone the time will be.
Isn't that funny?
And 40 seconds.
Doesn't that make us sound so old? You explained it to a kid these days. There was a phone number you could call if you want to know the time.
It was.
And like, what do you mean? You didn't have the time? Like, what?
Then you had to get a big book out to look up somebody's phone number. Right, if you need
the
to
phone
know
book.
the phone
I didn't even
book,
catch what
right?
you were describing for a
no,
second.
this
Yes,
big
the
yellow
phone book
or white book. If it was a person, used the white page.
Yes,
if a business used the yellow pages.
And everybody was in the book.
Yeah,
and you can go and find people.
Now kids take their phone out and edit videos of themselves sledding down hills and post it globally to their 32 million followers.
It's insane. It's insane. Snow's a ton of fun, so watch out if you are going to be going up in the pass. I was talking to some folks who are leaving tomorrow to go catch some of the snow, and they're going to go up and
seriously,
nice. And they're saying there's a blizzard warning. This is from My Northwest. A blizzard warning is out for Wednesday's impacts in the Cascades and the Olympics, with the worst coming Wednesday afternoon through early Thursday morning.
Yeah, starts about 5. I think the warning begins and then runs through the wee hours of Thursday morning, up to 4 feet.
2 to 4 feet.
Right?
Jeez Louise.
And that's not enough. It's not enough to make up for the lack of snowpack that we've had for the year. We're still going to have a very
snowed.
Well, it's dry.
It's not dry.
It's not a dry summer. There'll be drought. There'll be low water levels this summer.
Well, snow's fun. Good for you if you
Blast.
enjoy it. Be careful driving in it. Have you seen those socks that they can put on wheels for people who can't put on chains?
Laura. Whoops.
Oh, there's a mute button on those.
Yeah, there is. I know.
That's my dad calling to say he agrees with you. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have to turn your phone off. It was on the wall of your house.
Yeah, those socks things are cool. They're much easier to put on than chains. Much easier. And they're kind of magic. They work in, like they've used them in Sweden. So why
you
don't
slip
they
them
work
over?
here?
You just slip them over. Right?
Yeah. And then you just drive on snow. I don't know how it works. It just drives on snow.
Did I tell you guys about the time I tried to put chains on my car in a, crossing like Hood Pass and couldn't figure it out and just kept driving? It's like, okay.
Did you make it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Did I skid a couple of times? Sure.
It can be scary.
Am I good at driving in the snow? I pulled out. It's good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Biting my tongue. There
you go.
How many times, Laura? How many
Be
times?
safe. Avalanches. You guys want to talk about avalanches for a second? This is such a cool story. We're trying to get this guy on the show. There's a skier. Have you ever been caught in an avalanche?
I have not. There was that avalanche story about a month and a half ago in California that we lost, I think, 8 skiers or people in a cabin.
That's right. Wasn't that up in Tahoe?
Yeah. We had a very dear friend of the family lose their only son to an avalanche, and that was going on. Luke Rohde.
That's insane.
Going on 8 years ago,
sad.
9 years ago now. Coming up on that. I apologize for not knowing the date. So we've had we have close relations. Avalanches have hit our family circle.
It's the only thing that really, I still get scared when I'm driving over the pass. If there is a lot of snow, just watching it, like that could come down at me if it wanted to. Like if something happened, that could cover my car,
you bet.
and I'm usually in the car with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And what would we do in a situation like that? This guy. His name is Michael Harris. He was skiing, and the crazy part about this is he was skiing up at Stevens Pass. That's the mountain I grew up skiing on, and he was skiing on the backside. So if you go around and ski, and there's the front side, and then there's the backside, which is like a little more adventurous, I'd say. It's a little more off the beaten path.
Not groomed.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's not completely groomed.
It's for accomplished skiers.
People who are know what they're doing, presumably. A lot of people who don't, and there's signs to let you know, like, hey, if you don't know what you're doing, please don't come here. But he was back on the backside of that, and he was moving over to Big Chief.
I know Big Chief.
Yeah, you know Big Chief?
Yep.
And he says he got caught in an area that started sliding out, and because he's an avid skier, he's been doing it for years, he kind of knew what he was supposed to do, which is kind of like you're trying to swim towards the surface, I guess.
Of an avalanche. Of
an avalanche.
This thing was pursuing him down the hill, right? Something
he was caught
broke.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're literally it's like a wave, like a tumbling wave of snow, and you're in it. And if I read the story correctly, he was looking ahead of where the snow was taking him because you have to ride it.
And he's trying not to get caught. He said, "There's a big boulder up ahead. If I don't want to get caught pressed between the snow and that, what am I going to do?" He gets caught in it and covered by it.
He falls into a hole.
Yes.
Up like it completely, his own height.
But he did not die, and the reason he didn't die, he spoke to KIRO 7. We're trying to get him on the show, him or his wife Penny. It would be great to get either of them on. He spoke about what saved his life, and it was his wife Penny. Listen,
he married well. That's why he's alive today.
He married very well.
Something you and I can relate to.
Up on that mountain, I'd resigned myself that I probably wasn't coming down that mountain. I'd kind of accepted my fate. And so the surprise to wake up in the back of an ambulance and being treated and feeling alive is something I will never forget.
This story is so crazy. When I was reading the headline, he was stuck in it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
How do you get stuck for 4 hours and survive? I mean, is it, I guess, just the pocket that you're in has just enough air?
Well,
it's breathable?
I'm not sure the dynamics of exactly. He had a breathable track that he had snow in. He was treated for snow in his lungs.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the hospital for, I think it was 12 days or 6 days.
I think 6 days.
6 days.
And then he's got a long road to recover. He broke some stuff.
He didn't know he had a broken. He was so severely injured. He didn't know he had a broken leg until the following day. They realized that his leg was broken.
Oh, my gosh. Listen to this. Here's a little more from that KIRO 7 interview with Michael Harris talking about the Avalanche are being swept up by it.
I said, God, I am in a bad way.
He was there for more than 4 hours with snow packed so tightly against his body he couldn't move.
There was a moment of sheer panic.
He blacked out, but his wife, Penny Harris, was tracking his location.
I needed to get...
Listen to this part. He wasn't found by Snow Patrol. He was found by Wife Patrol, who's just watching his phone. She's such a nervous person. She's literally watching him the whole day on his phone.
Tracking his movements. Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, he's stuck.
Well, he stopped moving.
Yeah.
She saw exactly where he was on the mountain.
And
he wasn't at the ski lodge.
And she had to go up and, it's just crazy.
A hold of somebody.
And floored it to the ski resort to get in touch with rescuers.
I was sitting there waiting to just find my husband, anticipating a retrieval of a body.
My request to God was, can I just go peacefully?
But Harris wasn't dead.
We call it swimming.
Thanks to Avalanche training and luck, he'd wound up with an air bubble right in front of his face.
I was able, with this arm, to create about a beach ball-sized air pocket.
And thanks to his wife, rescuers knew just where to find him.
Oh, she's the best. She's my lifesaver.
Harris came to in the ambulance. He had hypothermia, a lung full of fluid, and a broken leg. He won't be able to walk for weeks and won't be fully active again for months, but he says that's pretty good for what he's been through.
I wouldn't have believed this story if I had not lived it myself, because I've been blessed and I have a second chance. I thought I was living a good life, but I kind of want to live an even better one.
Isn't that amazing?
That blows my mind. His wife saw that he wasn't moving on the Where's My iPhone app, okay, and tried to reach the resort. And kept getting a series of voicemails and cues and prompts.
Yeah.
Called their daughter, who works at a local hospital, thinking they might have a direct line up to the mountain. They didn't, but they collaborated. And while driving to the hill, they let the ski patrol, somebody gets through and lets the ski patrol know, which doesn't have a direct line to ski patrol. It's all within the mountain's, configuration of communications. And by the time she got there, the ski patrol was waiting for her. She knew right where he was on the mountain. Took them 20 minutes with her help to scour the back country and know exactly where he was, get him help. Like I said, he knew what to do. He's an experienced skier. Guy knew what he was doing. Created that air pocket in front of his mouth that allowed him to survive this. He had already made his peace with God. He said at one point he prayed. He made a deal with God, which I can relate to. Just let me get back to my family,
30 years this couple's been married. High school sweethearts. I can't even fathom. He says he's claustrophobic, and the idea of being stuck in the cement of that is so
horrifying, right? He said he just decided he was going to survive. And he made his peace, but he said, look, I want to get back to my family.
Oh, my gosh. He looked death right in the face, and now he's on the other side, and he's living life. He's seeing the world. It's like that. Remember that scene in, this is a very different situation, but do you remember Fight Club?
Sure.
And do you remember they go and they pull a robbery on a little, like a little drugstore, and the cashier, the clerk or whatever, they pull him out. And they take his license and they threaten his life.
Yeah, behind the store.
Raymond Cahill or whatever the guy's name is. And then they're like, tomorrow is going to be the most beautiful day. He's going to eat his breakfast is going to taste better than any food you and I have ever tasted.
Yes, and you're going to go back to school. You're going to
you're going to become a vet. Why are you working here? He's like, I don't know.
Yes.
It's just amazing. You want to follow Michael and see what Michael's going to do now that he's on the other side of this.
Is he going to ski again?
That's a great question. He probably is not going to ski anytime soon.
It's going to be weeks before he can walk, a year of recovery, and never again will his wife let him go off. If he does ski, he's going to stay on the groomed trails.
He should ski back east where they don't really have a lot of avalanches.
I don't want to say it's a similar situation, but I did use the Where's My iPhone app to find my kid's phone on the mountain. At Stevens.
And it was lost and you found it.
My kid dropped her phone out of her pocket on the lift chair.
Oh, wow.
And I swear I used the Where's My iPhone app.
It worked.
I found it right under the lift chair at Stevens.
That's amazing.
Not quite the drama, and I didn't have to ask God to help me find the phone.
Those things are amazing, though, because I heard a story, like the iPhone, what are the things?
The watches. Yeah.
I have one, but I'd never really gotten into it. I don't know what it was about. It would always chime, and it would always, like, the things I'm trying to ignore on my phone.
Yeah. Now imagine it's
right on my wrist.
I know.
It's even closer, and I don't know. I did not like it. It gave me an icky feeling.
People who embrace it really becomes part of their being. They use it for everything.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's not for me.
It's not for me.
I can't. I mean, you see.
I don't mean to insult people who use it, but I think you're idiots.
I can't turn my phone off my phone, let
It was
alone
a joke.
I
I
can turn
don't
my
think
wrist off. You know.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law is 82. She lives on this thing.
She loves it.
But that's we know she's not going to lose
And again,
it.
I don't think your mother-in-law's an idiot. That was a
Unless she
joke.
loses a hand, she's not going to lose her phone, which is great.
If you fall with those, particularly for old people or like for bikes, I saw a commercial. If you fall with one of those watches and you stop moving, it will alert the authorities for you.
That's one of the features Ma has. Yep.
And so be just, or it's like the old-fashioned, like
the medical alert bracelet.
medical alert button.
Press the button. I've fallen.
Yeah.
I can. Yep.
So they are pretty great.
I've fallen and I can't update my
update my app.
I can't do the software update on my iPhone.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I'm glad for Michael and Penny. This is a great. I love these kind of stories.
Really cool. He's again long road to recovery. 12 weeks before he can walk again unassisted. Up to a year of full recovery beyond that. He had damage, like you said, to his lungs. He has kidney stress and hypothermia. No frostbite. That's nice.
Because of his wife.
Because of his wife.
Because of his wife, man.
Because he
married well,
yeah,
buddy.
She did a great job. People have set up a GoFundMe for him for his medical expenses. His church says they're dropping off dinner. Colleagues have reached out. That's the other cool thing about this. When you find yourself in a situation like that, the people who surround you and how meaningful that is and how much that means. And also, and not just for the person who's receiving it, how much it means to the people that are doing it.
Yeah.
Like we have a very, very, very close friend right now who's going through something really crazy. And our families have grown so close. We were already close. This was already one of my best friends in life.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much closer we could get. And then you see somebody going through a tough time. If they're vulnerable enough to open themselves up to help, which is a humbling experience that we've all been through.
Yeah, it is.
But when you open yourself up like that, and then when when you're able to be a help to somebody, man, what a blessing that is, just to be able to help someone else.
Absolutely. And these communities, like the skiing community, we lost our friends snowmobiling.
Yeah.
And the communities that come out and help the families, ours was in a time of loss. The Harris family, they're just getting support, bringing pre-made food over, helping him out with some bills and things like that while he does his year-long recovery.
Yeah.
And you're right about how the feeling that you can, man, I wish I could do something. You can these days.
Yes.
It's never been easier to be a good person.
Yeah.
And that these days we need these kind of stories about.
I know.
There are always moments you can choose the day you want to have. It's right. Both of them are there for you.
There you go.
What's the old the native adage? There are two wolves inside you. Which one lives? An evil and a good and an evil wolf. The one you feed.
Yeah.
That's who lives.
That's true.
It's up to you, man.
In this case, the good wolf made it through. This is nice.
Nice, Michael.
The bad wolf froze out there, but the good wolf survived.
The good wolf is the one he married.
Speaking of good and bad wolf, we'll get into this just a little bit. We don't have time right now, but that fight between a Rosarina and Cal Raleigh,
yeah.
Do you think it's real, or do you think it's like they're just having fun? I can't tell, and we should get into it in a little bit. And we should play
can
the
talk about
audio.
it. Sure. I don't know how to feel about it because I can see the competitive nature of these two guys. These are 2 married teammates playing on opposite teams at the World Baseball Classic.
Yes.
Right? And since they're teammates who have gone they've gone through it together and they're looking to go further together than ever. Makes you think, man, it's just fun. But you see what kind of competitive nature these guys have? One's playing for Team Mexico, one's playing for Team USA. I think it might be something to this.
This felt a little extra to me. It didn't feel like just fun.
If they're actors.
They're good actors, yeah. Give them an award. It's funny because we actually can't play the audio from it because there's so much cursing.
That's how spicy. Yeah.
But we do have the transcript, so we will read you what Rosarina said.
Carefully read it.
Carefully read it, yeah. And then we have just a ton of stuff. We have a lot of stuff today. Charlie Harger's going to join us next, so stick around for that. And later in the show, I reached out to a guy I know who is part of a family business who has a car dealership.
Yeah.
And talking about this income tax thing.
It's going to hit him.
How's it going to affect car dealers?
Yep.
And so we'll talk to him at 1 o'clock. Lots of great stuff today. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
So what are you reading?
I'm checking out the ratings on the new TVs, and it looks like Samsung, LG, and Sony got the best scores.
Just like last year. What about those new high dynamic range TVs?
They got the highest scores of all, but their prices are really high.
Did you check online?
Yeah, their prices were about the same.
Well, there's one place where we can get a hot deal on those top-rated models.
Where?
At Video Only. Check out the ratings on TV stores.
I see. Video Only scored better than the others.
So, if you want the best deal on the best TVs,
then we should take our TV ratings and head over to top-rated Video Only.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A local murder suspect has been added to the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
Federal Way Police Chief Andy Wong says 31-year-old Samuel Ramirez Jr. shot and killed 2 women at the Stars Bar and Grill in May of 2023.
This senseless act of violence deeply impacted our community, and we will not rest until the killer, Samuel Ramirez, is in custody and justice is served.
Last year, a $25,000 reward was being offered for information that leads to his arrest and conviction. Now the reward being offered is up to $1 million. Authorities believe he may have fled to Mexico, but they say it's possible he has returned to the United States. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
King County is safer today than it was this time last year. That, according to crime stats released today by the Sheriff's Office. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
The new stats show a 22% decrease in overall crime from 2024 to 2025. Homicides down 19%, aggravated assaults down 22%, robberies down almost 40%, and property crimes, including auto theft, down almost 19%. King County Sheriff Patricia Cole-Tyndall.
While this is an improvement, we want to continue this trend because it is important for people to feel safe in their community, and it's our responsibility to make sure that that's happening.
Deputies also took 2,800 guns off the street countywide. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Boeing says it's reworking some 737 MAX jets after discovering scratched wiring in undelivered aircraft. The discovery may slow deliveries this month, though each plane's fix is expected to take only a few days, according to the Seattle Times. Day 2 of a 3-day closure continues on Seattle's northbound First Avenue South Bridge. KIRO 7's Brooke Griffin with more.
WashDOT says during this closure, they're making temporary repairs to the bridge, but next month they'll shut down the bridge again to put permanent plates on those cracks.
Drivers are urged to use alternate routes and expect delays as crews work through Wednesday evening. UW coach Danny Sprinkle was tossed late in Washington's 85-79 loss at Oregon after disputing a foul call with officials. The Huskies had rallied from a big deficit, but Sprinkle's double technical came with seconds left and drew heat from fans, according to the Seattle Times. And now let's head over to the KIRO News Radio traffic desk and check in with Lori.
Well, it's looking better now. Renton to Bellevue, you are up to speed. Just a 13-minute drive. In Linwood to Seattle, also speed limit drive. 16 minutes. We are seeing a little bit of a slowdown heading out of Seattle just past 520. Eastbound 16 at Burnham, that collision cleared, not even seeing a slowdown. Your Lake Bridges, just a little bit of a slowdown. Eastbound 520 past Lake Washington Boulevard, and both directions of 90, a little sluggish right there at 405. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. And now your weather. It's the calm before the storm right now, which will slowly start moving in this afternoon. A chance of rain in the Seattle area just in time for our evening commute. It's raining heavy on the coast right now. Snow above 1,500 feet this afternoon and a high in the mid-40s. Cloudy and 44 right now downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Very happy to have this guy in. He's been Johnny on the spot with all of these bills that are being proposed and debated, and some of them thrown away, others are being adopted. Charlie Harger from Seattle's Morning News joins us now. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
Charlie, this is kind of a 12th hour thing that happened. Can you explain a little bit about what this bill is?
We are beyond 11th hour.
Yeah.
This is literally it's between the 8th and 9th stroke of midnight.
Yeah.
What happened? What is this?
Yeah, this is Senate Bill 6358. Let me set the scene. So State Senator Bob
It's a cold, stormy night in Olympia, Washington.
Bob Hasegawa is the Senate Majority Caucus chair, so he's a leader in the Senate Democrats. Bob Hasegawa drops a bill yesterday, Monday, Senate Bill 6358, and in it, it's pretty surprising because it basically is a bill that says if you are a business, a corporation, any sort of LLC, a charity, if you get involved in a political campaign or get involved with the initiative process, you lose everything as a business that is your corporation, basically your license, everything, your business is effectively killed.
So you legally cease to exist.
Yes. So
for getting involved in a political campaign or an initiative process.
Yes. And so much of this was seen as kind of a warning to anyone who would get involved with an initiative to overturn what is almost certainly going to be the millionaire income tax law when that goes into effect. After all, the referendum will not be allowed in this. The bill has what's called a clause, an emergency clause, or in this case, it's a type of clause that says you cannot have a referendum on this. The only option to overturn the income tax law is going to be something like an initiative. And so I'm looking at this bill yesterday. I'm like, my goodness, this seems a little
extreme.
Strong. And this also does seem like it's very last minute. So I start emailing. I get a hold of Jamie Peterson, who is the Senate Majority Leader. He basically says, I can't speak to why Hasegawa filed that bill. It is beyond the constitutional deadline in Washington state. It's not happening. So I'm like, okay. And then a couple hours later, get an email from Hasegawa. Senator Hasegawa says, look, this bill has no chance of moving forward. I want to start a conversation. And what he says is he wants to start a conversation about money in elections. We are spending hundreds of millions of dollars in elections and it being funded by corporations, whereas in the past it was maybe a couple million. So I understand that. I think if you talk about a broader picture, but it also kind of struck me. I spoke with Brian Haywood. He's from Let's Go Washington.
Sure.
He's like, this is a warning shot at me and at what the business roundtable is for Washington. So that's Amazon, that's Microsoft, that's Boeing, companies that get involved and often do put their thumb on the scale when it comes to political campaigns. He says this is a warning shot, and it's something that we should be concerned about.
Is this something? Obviously, this was a short legislative session. Is this something that he is indicating that he wants to pick up next? This is Hasegawa, right?
Yeah, he's trying to start a conversation. Yeah.
So he wants to start this next and take away corporations' ability to say, hey, we think this is going to be good for business or bad for business?
So and I think the answer to that is yes, Jake. I forgot to mention one part. So corporations, people like Let's Go Washington, or I should say groups like Let's Go Washington, would not be able to get involved with the political process. But there's a carve-out. Unions. What? Unions would be allowed to still be involved in the political process. Hasegawa was a union organizer for decades.
Sure.
So he did make sure that unions are still able to be involved in the political process, but companies would not.
What is his difference between unions and companies?
I think the thinking here is that unions are federally chartered, whereas businesses are on a state level, or they get their business licenses for the state. That's my initial reading of how that works.
I'm just, my assumption is that maybe he feels that unions speak for the majority of their membership, when that money, that influence, that in the investment in the campaign will be more representative of the people the union represents. So it's more citizen representative than business representative. And it feels like this is kind of a pushback to Citizens United.
It is.
So, I mean, and a lot of people feel, personally, I feel like Citizens United was a decision by the Supreme Court that put way too much money into politics. The money equals free speech, or money equals speech argument a lot of people disagreed with. I'm one of them.
Do you think it'd be a good idea for businesses to have a say in policy that's going to directly affect them?
Absolutely, but it's the amount. Maybe the idea isn't just if you donate to a campaign or an initiative, you lose your license. Maybe the better way to go about it is capping what's available to. Individuals have limits on what they can donate. And it seems like businesses can donate untold millions.
Businesses can. However, this is also going after organizations like Let's Go Washington, where it's Brian Haywood, but also a group of people who are advocating on their behalf, on their interests. And so that's where it starts to get a little muddy.
That's fair, yeah.
I wonder, too, has he represented a union for, you said, how many decades?
I think the number is 32 years.
32 years. It's just interesting to me that he would delineate the difference between unions and corporations. Corporations also represent the interest of thousands and thousands of employees who would have an interest in that corporation if it's going to have something negative happen to it, like in this case, the income tax. If Boeing wants to voice their concerns about it, you're saying that if Boeing wanted to voice their concern about the income tax in the future, they would be unable to do so without legally killing themselves as a legal entity.
But their employees could as members of a union.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, and I think part of the thing that Brian Haywood was telling me yesterday is companies are going to look at this and they're going to know that this is in the hopper. And if they start getting involved now, and this is coming down the pike, they might have a chilling effect.
Sure.
That it is so concerning to them that if they speak up now, they're concerned about what happens in the next legislative session.
Do you think that's the point? He's trying to keep people to be quiet, send a direct message to folks and say, hey, look at the whole income tax thing. They're not even letting people have a say on it. They don't even care about what you have to say. 10 times they've tried to pass this before, and every time people have said no, and so this time they said, all right, we're just going to do it. We're going to shove it down your throats. And now they're trying to silence anybody who even wants to voice their opinion about it.
So let's actually, I'm going to look at it the positive way, and then I'll look at it from that perspective. Let's look at it the positive way. Positive way is Hasegawa doesn't want corporate money getting involved in the elections that should be by and for the people.
Sure.
And people should have a say and not have that thumb put on the scale. On the other side, you have this argument where people are saying they are coming after me for my speech rights. And Citizens United guaranteed that those rights are available to corporations and to businesses. And this is something that is not acceptable. So you're going to get a wide range of views, but it is in the light of the income tax. And this is coming out basically in tandem with that.
Yeah.
That is something we have to keep an eye on.
Interesting. All right. Well, Charlie Harger, thank you so much. If you guys want to read more about this, you can go over to mynorthwest.com and check it out. We always appreciate you coming in and making the time.
Anytime, guys.
All right. We have a ton more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals.
Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Listening to me from your earbuds up on your roof. It's not worth it. Valentine Roofing is giving everyone 1 year of free roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof this month. So you don't have to get up on your roof and put yourself in danger. That's right. You're going to get professional care, and with flexible financing available and payments as low as $159 a month, Valentine makes it easy. So stay off your roof, stay safe. Instead, call 206 Roofing, schedule your free estimate today, and then reserve your spot on their spring schedule. That's 206 Roofing.
Great decisions start with knowing your options. Lake Washington Windows and Doors are built to perform. Their windows are 25% more efficient than Energy Star standards, cut noise up to 50%, and are designed with low-maintenance clean glass technology. While most window frames are hollow, theirs feature Comfort Core insulation for superior energy efficiency. Find your pot of gold with up to 20% in savings and 12-month financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. a name you can trust.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Research shows a correlation between daylight saving time and increased car accidents. If you're in a car accident, call CAR. Herald Car Law offices will handle the insurance so you can recover. Go to carlaw.com. That's C-A-R-R. Car accident? Call CAR.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical, there's no beating CM Heating.
All right, welcome back to the show. Yesterday, we were talking about a couple of Seahawks that signed with other teams, which unfortunately does happen whenever you're the top dog and somebody's available. Other teams want a little piece of wherever the magic comes from. And so they lost Ken Walker, the third.
Yep.
And they lost, who else did they lose?
Kobe
yesterday?
Bryant.
Kobe
Signed
Bryant.
with the Bears. And then yesterday after the show, I think it was Boye Mafe, the defensive edge rusher. He signed like a massive deal with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Jeez.
I mean, like crazy. I mean, not crazy. He's worth every penny.
Yeah. Good money.
Crazy money.
Crazy money.
Crazy money.
Well, somebody else is signed for crazy money. Thankfully, it's with the Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed is going to stay with the Seahawks, which everybody was buzzing about and very excited. If you had to choose one of these two guys, Walker or Shaheed, who would you keep?
I just, again, like we said yesterday, and John, we trust, but Shaheed can do so many things for you.
Yeah.
The Seahawks had the best special teams in all football. And if you don't think it matters, they won us the Rams game. They killed the Niner game in 13 seconds, the first divisional playoff game. Game was over.
Yeah.
Thanks to Shaheed, 13 seconds in. The game was done. And plus, he can take the top off defense. He's got world-class speed.
I mean, you're right.
He barely folded into the offense down the stretcher because we got him in the trade with New Orleans.
Yeah.
right? Imagine this guy and JSN together, just
magical,
lighting teams up,
super fast. Too.
And you got to somebody's got to run down the field with Shaheed. It doesn't matter who's carrying the ball. You're going to get a little more room to run.
Yeah,
I love that they kept this guy. I didn't think if you told me going into this, what's the one guy you're going to lose, I would have picked Shaheed.
You thought
I really would.
Also, you mentioned yesterday, but Ken Walker is an injury risk.
He spent a lot of time on the injury reserve and on the injury report throughout his career.
You got to factor that in.
Yeah.
And Shaheed's getting, he's getting a 3-year, $51 million deal with the Seahawks, 34.75 guaranteed money. So in 2026, he's going to be making $23 million, 27, almost 12, and then 28. Just about $15 million.
And he's still only the 12th highest paid receiver in the NFL.
That's only
the 12th. Meanwhile, Walker,
12th is insane.
Walker's the 4th highest paid running back in the league. Rashid, the top guy is that guy. Was it from Cincinnati? Not Marsh, but Marr.
Oh, okay.
Jamar Chase. I think it's Chase. $40+ million a year for that
Louise.
guy.
Guaranteed.
Right? Well, that's his annual salary. I'm not sure what it is, but he's making $40 million a year.
That's almost double what Shaheed is getting for this next season.
And the guy can do so many things for you.
And here's
glad to see him back.
Here's a little taste of that.
Oh. This is a high wobbly kick. Shaheed has to run up.
This is that Rams game. This is that punt return that. What was the stat on this that everybody was so amazed by? This is like the first punt return in playoff history.
For a punt for a touchdown?
For a touchdown?
I'll look that up. I didn't know that.
I don't know if that was the case.
What I know is we were down
amazing fact.
We were down 16 points at this point in the game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the Rams were cruising to the 1 seed and home field advantage until this play.
Was this?
Is this the Rams punt game or the Rams game?
I assume.
Okay.
No, I think this was playoffs.
Oh, okay, it's different.
I think this was playoffs because it was 30-22 as the final score. Anyway, whatever it ended up being, here's his punt return. It's still fun to listen to.
Makes the catch at his own 43. Starts up the middle. Now he has a gap on the left side 40. Turns upfield. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Holy catfish. Touchdown, Seahawks. I'm telling you, the coach is next door breaking the glass. And Rashid Shaheed does it again.
Is this the one that went?
The Seahawks
like the Seahawks had a 3% chance. This is the 3% chance one, and this is what lit it up.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
They won in overtime.
Just can change a game. He can change a game. Yeah, you're totally right. This was that amazing. What a crazy game. This is cool though because Shaheed talked about this is during, I believe that this audio was during Media Week when they were at the Super Bowl, and Shaheed was asked why Seattle's such a special place to play.
Yeah, I think the group here is special because not only do we pay attention to detail, but we show up to work every day and we love what we do. We love that we create opportunities for our team, whether it's field position or scoring touchdowns. And we all take pride in that. We all enjoy, being out there with all the guys and, just having fun. And that's what makes this group so special.
And then this was a clip, too. I thought this was kind of interesting. This is John Schneider. This is him. What was the 5th? That would have been Thursday. Last week. It doesn't matter. Last week. This is obviously before they had locked Shaheed in for a new contract. And there were reports that he was going to go somewhere else. Do you remember that when people were talking about that?
Yeah.
And John Schneider was responding to that, saying what a big deal it was this time of year, how tough it is as a coach because you make all these connections with these guys that then you have to trade or not re-sign.
Right,
you have to offer money to some, but not to others.
Business decisions.
Yeah, listen to this.
Yeah, your empathy level, at this time of the year is through the roof. Because at some point, you have to make these decisions and keep putting the best 70 players together and moving forward. I mean, yesterday, I guess Rashid left already, I mean, is that official? I saw the report yesterday. I was like, I think he's been, in his representatives, I think they've been testing free agency for over a week now. I mean, I'm not sure why that was news yesterday, but yeah.
Anyway, he's sticking around.
Love it.
You think Seahawks are going to repeat? I mean, are we even allowed to say that without breaking some sort of a karmic law?
I can tell you I won't be making any kind of pre-recorded, twisted tune song parodies about repeating the Super Bowl wins that I did last time. I told you that story. My boss made me cut the
Did you know as you were doing it? You're like, this is a bad idea.
I knew it was tempting fate. I was spitting into the wind. I was tugging on Superman's cape. I was poking the mask off the old Lone Ranger. You don't do that. And my boss like, oh, think how cool it'll be for Monday morning at 6 a.m. when we've already got the song done back to back, back to back.
And you knew. You said this is just tempting fate.
I recorded it, and we looked pretty good. And all of a sudden, they throw the pick, Butler at the goal line.
So did that just get
texted my boss? I texted my boss, you son of a... I did, man. You don't do that.
You actually angry?
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I was already heartbroken. I was at that game. I told you, with sitting in the Patriots players family section at the goal line.
The worst place to watch that game.
But even in that moment, I knew how wrong my boss was to make me do that.
Crazy.
And I dragged my feet, and I should have had a spine.
Yeah.
If I'd had a spine, we'd had a second Super Bowl. But no.
And we had to wait. Don't put it all on yourself.
Had to wait 12 years.
No, they obviously.
Yeah, I think we can go back to back.
Yeah. Let's not record anything to say so, but
they can just lock up Shaheed. I think we got a solid chance.
We got a solid chance. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk with a guy from Bickford Motors who was part of that group that put together that letter to state legislators saying,
"Oh, was he part of the Snohomish 30?
Snohomish 30. Yeah.
Nice.
This is not going to be good for business, they say, and we'll have him explain why. When we come back. Stick around.
John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch the John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce.
It's spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Whether you've done some preparation already or you're just beginning to plan for your retirement, it's never too late to make sure you have everything covered. Elder law attorney Rajiv Nagaich joins me. You have an opportunity coming soon that will help answer some important questions, don't you?
We do. And every month we take 3 or 4 opportunities to go to the communities and educate people about what proper retirement planning is. The notion of retirement planning around having a hodgepodge plan, working with a financial planner, a lawyer, a CPA, a doctor, those pieces by themselves are not going to give you the results you want in retirement.
And you and the LifePoint Law team want to teach us about the Safe Harbor Trust?
They do. The single biggest financial threat in retirement is an uncovered medical illness. A Safe Harbor Trust, it should be a must in most of these estates, but it's not.
Be part of the next seminar in Tacoma on March 10th, Bellevue on the 12th, Federal Way on the 14th, and Everett March 17th. Learn more and secure your space at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com. Staples has hot deals on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The White House says the U.S. Navy has not escorted any oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz amid the ongoing war with Iran. CBS's Linda Kenyon.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt responded to a post from Energy Secretary Chris Wright about the escort.
I know the post was taken down pretty quickly, and I can confirm that the U.S. Navy has not escorted a tanker or a vessel at this time.
But Secretary Leavitt says that remains an option.
I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them.
A statement from Iran's Revolutionary Guard stated, quote, none of the U.S. warships have dared to approach even the Sea of Oman, the Persian Gulf, or the Strait of Hormuz. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump warns of severe military consequences if Iran puts mines in the Strait of Hormuz. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Officials tell CBS News intelligence assets are seeing indications Iran is taking steps to deploy mines in the narrow strait using smaller vessels. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane said today the U.S. Central Command continues to hunt and strike mine-laying vessels as well as mine storage facilities. And the White House says the military is drawing up additional options.
The partial government shutdown is in its 25th day due to a battle over Department of Homeland Security funding. Democrats want changes before providing money. Republican Senator John Hoeven of North Dakota.
Democrats are stonewalling funding DHS at a critical time. And yes, that puts us at risk.
Democratic Senator Adam Schiff of California.
I guess their aim is to try to fund the department without having to make any changes to how ICE operates. That's obviously not going to fly with Democrats.
President Trump issues an ultimatum to lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Pass the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act immediately, or all other business will be brought to a standstill. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
The president and I are exactly in lockstep on that, of course, because he emphasizes the importance of that. As we all know, if you cannot believe in the integrity of the election in a constitutional republic, I mean, that's the foundation of everything.
Alabama's governor has commuted the death sentence of an inmate who was set to be executed this week.
75-year-old Charles Sonny Burton was set to be executed on Thursday for the death of Doug Battle, but Burton had left the building before Battle was fatally shot by another man who was spared the death penalty. Governor Kay Ivey says she believes the death penalty must be administered fairly, and she felt it was unjust for one participant in the crime to be executed when the person who pulled the trigger was not. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Stocks have closed mixed on Wall Street, and oil has closed down. This is CBS News.
The stars shine brighter on CBS Mornings.
This is a slam dunk.
So cute. Gail came in singing for me today.
On CBS Mornings.
The hotly debated millionaires tax continues with a marathon session this afternoon. More on that coming up. But first, let's check over to the KIRO News Radio traffic desk where Lori is.
We have a couple problems on I-90. First, eastbound at Island Crestway, a stall in the 2 right lanes. That's slowing you up about mid-span. And then westbound 90 at Rainier, hearing about a stall in the right lane. Looks like that may have cleared. And, of course, 99 closed through tomorrow, South Holden all the way to East Marginal Way. If you're heading over the mountain passes, no restrictions on 90, but traction tires are advised on US 2. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The 19-hour marathon debate over a millionaire's tax in Washington continues. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Republicans are trying to entice Democrats to vote yes on one of their dozens of proposed amendments.
House lawmakers in Olympia have been debating and voting since 5:30 Monday afternoon. Republicans like Gloria Mendoza have been deploying political tactics that a Democrat might deploy, like spending even more money on free lunches and breakfast for children.
In my district, a lot of children may only have one meal a day.
That amendment failed in the end. If the bill passes, Governor Bob Ferguson says he will sign it. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
2 days remain in the current legislative session. Anti-Semitism report cards from the Anti-Defamation League are for colleges across the Pacific Northwest. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has more on this and on who's improving and who's failing.
According to the ADL, Evergreen State College gets an F for not publicly condemning anti-Semitic incidents, not having an advisory council to address anti-Semitism, and a Jewish life on campus that's lacking. The ADL's Ariel Novick says UW improved from a D to a C this year.
While a C may not look like it is a glowing grade, it is a substantial increase compared to where they were last year.
Other schools rated: the University of Oregon improved from a D to a C, Portland State from an F to a C. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Anacortes police are investigating the deaths of two people found this morning. Officers were called to a home near K Avenue and 14th Street just before 6:30 for gunshots. There, they found the bodies of a man and a woman. Anacortes police officer Brent Lindquist.
Officers confirmed that two people are deceased at the scene. The scene is still being processed, and this is an ongoing investigation.
Information about the deaths is still scarce, but Officer Lindquist says there is no ongoing threat to the community. Downtown neighbors are raising alarms over slow police response. Their concern follows a violent street racing takeover near the Space Needle Saturday night when a 52-year-old man was assaulted while moving a blocked scooter. One neighbor told KIRO 7 he's fed up.
This is a wonderful property. I love living here, but I have to accept the fact that all of this noise has got to go, and the police response has got to improve.
Witnesses say it took over 20 minutes for officers to arrive. 5 Seattle Starbucks stores, including in the U District and First Hill, will close in early April as part of a company overhaul. Union leaders have criticized the move, while Starbucks says it's to optimize its local footprint. And now let's check out your KIRO News Radio weather. Increasing clouds and rain on the way. Mid-40s for our afternoon high. A winter weather pattern is shaping up above 1,500 feet with snow accumulations this afternoon. And then the atmospheric river pushes through tomorrow with heavy rain and tons of snow in the mountains. Cloudy and 44 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. I'm very excited. We're still waiting for this guy to get on, so we're trying to hook up the interview here. But as you know, Spike, everybody seems to be talking these days about the income tax and the debate right now that's happening over the income tax. So I reached out to someone who I saw posted his company as part of a letter. There was 30 businesses in Snohomish County who all sent a letter collectively to Washington State legislators.
And we asked, would it fall in deaf ears? Would they even consider the business interests of their constituents?
Would they even care that these businesses are saying, listen, guys, this is not good for business, and if it's not good for business, then it's bad for employees, and if it's bad for employees, you get the message. But will they get the message? I don't know. And so I just want to, help out in any way I could and highlight this guy's voice. I want to welcome right now to the show Jason Bickford from Bickford Motors, who joins us. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys today?
There he is.
Doing great. Fantastic.
Hey. Good.
Jason,
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. Your family has a long history in the auto industry. Before we talk a little bit about this income tax, tell us a little bit about your family's background.
Yeah. So a great grandfather started the company He had a tow truck operation. That's the dealership over there in the picture. In 1934, he and his brother-in-law converted the tow truck company and bought out the Ford franchise in the Depression. He only went to school through 8th grade, had a large family, no dad in the picture. And yeah, he put the company together, led it for many years. My grandfather took over and ran it. And then about 25 years ago, my father took over and ran it. I've been here for 17 years working in the company. And yeah, we're very thankful for Washington, for Snohomish. Yeah, love our town, love our community, love the state. We've been here family's been up here over 120 years and then been in business for 92 years. So yeah, we're definitely all about our schools.
You're part of the neighborhood, man. Yeah. The dealership's located on Bickford Avenue, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that tells you right there.
Yeah, that's a coincidence. My goodness.
Did you have to give up your dream?
Yeah, they named after him when he passed away.
Did you have to give up your dream of being a professional surfer or a folk singer?
Yeah, as a kid, I wasn't sure which way it would go. There's definitely a little bit of pressure, but went away to college for business and yeah, was kind of evaluating everything. But yeah, super thankful for the family business, and it's the perfect place for me and my family out in Snohomish.
So, I talk about it all the time. That's my stomping grounds. That's where I currently live, up in that area. I'm probably 2 minutes from your location.
Cool.
You guys are an institution in Snohomish. I mean, everybody knows where Bickford Ford is and Bickford Motors. And the reason I want to talk to you is you are part of a group of 30 businesses, many that people would recognize. We read the letter yesterday, but you guys put together a letter. How did that coalition of businesses come together?
Yeah, there have been multiple people, I think, in the community talking, just evaluating the situation right now. There's a lot of concern too. I know for us, the past 3 months with this on the table has been the most concerning, probably difficult business environment I have ever been in 17 years here for sales level, for service level. A lot of people are afraid to make decisions. It's not just us, it's also, we've seen construction companies, we've seen other operators who are building homes, building companies. A lot of our customers are just kind of in a watch and see kind of freeze mode. So the environment's been definitely tougher with all the flooding and weather too. Back in December, it was already some challenges too. Locally, Snohomish was hit pretty hard by that.
Yeah,
but I know there's been a few different individuals who have really spearheaded it and got their hands around it. And Snohomish, this is definitely a tight-knit community. There's just a lot of farms. There's again, many plumbers, electricians, people in town. Just many businesses just have a lot of concerns. And I'd say the same heart as the politicians in the state who want to provide more to people who are don't have the resources, need help, who are facing higher costs of living. I think our state has a lot of challenges there. Serve on the board for Everett Gospel Mission for over 10 years. I'm the vice president on it. So serving people who are in need is definitely core to me, the company, the way my family has operated it. And each generation's definitely been about serving those. So I'd say it's, just a high concern level that I don't think it's going to raise more money for the state or help people. Truly, when you look at the end result of it, people who are in need, who are facing those challenges, it will drive resources away overall. So I think that's our big concern. Even if I'm putting my hat on as a politician, it's like, I need to help these people. My number one job is serving my constituents who are in most need. I would say I don't see this in the next 5 years providing more resources to them. And myself dedicating tonight, I'll be in a meeting for 2 hours with the mission, serving those people, looking at them, evaluating it. I don't want to speak for the mission. Others can there who work there full time, but I just say from my experience and what I see, I just see it driving resources away from the state. And I think if there is an imbalance with the tax structure and it is not taxing people at the top enough, other states and countries have done it a different way that doesn't drive resources away. And I think there's a different way to accomplish it, and there's a different way to dig down deep and help those people. And I would say, first one to say, we'll donate a lot of resources to those in need, to food banks, to the mission, to schools. I think when people have the freedom to choose how they support and help, or if there's different incentives to do that, people will step up and do it.
One of the interesting things about this situation is it kind of targets those middle-sized businesses. And even though you guys are very successful, I think you guys are like the number one truck dealer, right, in the state. Is that right?
The number one in trucks for many years in the trucks and commercial, especially. We're building. We just are about to finish it up in a month. A 60,000 square foot shop to serve businesses of small, medium, large government there. So it's trucks are number one for us. We're usually the number one volume truck operational, the biggest Ford commercial truck shop in the Northwest. So heavily investing in it. It's kind of concerning time just watching everything to have that kind of in just process. It's not generating a lot yet because it's brand new, but it is, we are fully invested in trucks in the state, and we've been very thankful for our town, for our state being such a strong business environment for years. We have, many relationships with customers and businesses that go back 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So it's definitely core to us, and we hear quickly from them how they're doing, what they're looking at investing in. We try to be a resource and guide for them to make sure they're getting the right vehicles and advice on maintaining them.
How many people would you say your company employs? I mean, think peripherally too.
Right now we have about 152 full-time employees here and about 10 part-time, and we've hired 30 new positions in the past 6 months, and I have about 30 more positions to fill right now. So we're pushing towards 200 quickly, and we'd like to expand and keep growing and investing in the area, driving more jobs. And two, we like to put a large amount of our emphasis on what we have at the end of the day, putting large portions, helping like Boys and Girls Club, the Mission, food banks, a lot of high school, middle school, little league soccer sports too.
Now imagine now you're talking 30 businesses of this community got together and wrote this letter with you. And how many? I mean, you're touching everybody's lives in the entire community.
There's
absolutely
there's a large portion of Snohomish there. It's I'd say 95% of business owners, maybe more, I'd say are very much concerned, and I've never seen it like this in my life, in my career here. I think it's highly concerning, and I do think at the end of the day, too, I'd be like, I want to accomplish the same goal as the politicians in Olympia and our county and other counties. I think getting behind them and realizing they have a tough job too is important, and finding a way to raise resources, manage spending, but also make sure the money is going a long way in terms of like, is it actually changing a life at the end of the day? I think sometimes we get a lot of money together, it sounds good, we dedicate it, but is it really changing people's lives at the end of the day?
We asked, when we saw your letter, for your collective from the businesses, is it falling on deaf ears in Olympia? I mean, you would know. Have you gotten any response or any reaction from Olympia from this messaging?
Yeah, at times it seems like there's some who do. I think there's maybe towards the top some who feel like they have to make this happen, or there's just something we don't get the explanations for why, or why it's so stuck and cannot change. I've listened to some of the video or watched some of the footage of them debating, and I know it's ongoing for a long time, and it seems to be the biggest push I've ever seen in Olympia for a battle over something. I think one thing would be like, I know a lot of people agree with one side or the other or completely opposed to it, but when there's so much opposition, even in the middle or for people on one side, there's got to be a better way to accomplish the goal here. And I think there's so much, you see how the voting online on the website was like 92% are opposed to it, 8% are for it. Online, I think if you just look at those middle 30% or 40% people who might not be highly associated with the party, those ones are vastly opposed to it, concerned about it. I mean, when we hear about Microsoft potentially, or they did raise concern with it, over time I've seen our state push away, as we've seen Boeing has moved more jobs out of state. We've seen Amazon shift a lot out of state too.
Starbucks is closing 5 more locations in Seattle today, they announced.
Yep.
Let me ask you this real fast. Back to the mid-sized business of it all.
Yep.
It penalizes the smaller companies that don't have the ability, the family-run companies like yourself, who have a really strong root system in the Pacific Northwest, I mean, in Washington.
Yep.
You guys don't want to move. You don't want to be out of the state, but there's you have competitors, like larger auto groups and things like that, who are located out of state. And like, how is that going to hurt you guys differently than it's going to, then maybe it won't even touch them? Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's the biggest concern and fears that will face a large auto group or someone who maybe merges with other stores or groups and says, hey, let's put these stores together and relocate our headquarters. One store cannot relocate to another state and work. That doesn't make sense. 10 stores, maybe not. But when you get to 20 stores, they absolutely can relocate, and we'll see them go to Idaho, Arizona, Texas. I mean, Auto Nation's in Florida. And yeah, they run great operations, but I'd say they absolutely, and it's understandable, they don't invest the same level of jobs, high paying jobs, the corporate jobs, and also as they progress, the support systems they can have, support, like we call them BDC, Business Development Center agents who are out of state. With AI and other things changing, they can put those jobs in strategic areas across the country more quickly than ever. So I would be worried that someday my kids, I'd love for one of my 4 kids to run the company someday, who knows if this will happen, but they could be at a huge disadvantage. I think it'll take a few years, but they could be facing a time where they have to pay more or offer more for those people to come out here. They'll be facing higher taxes. Those companies, the people at the higher level who can continue to reinvest their incomes and their profits, it will go further if they're reinvesting in a state with a better tax system.
Can you also explain, there's folks out there who would say that companies who can't get behind this or individuals who can't get behind this are just greedy. Your margin for selling vehicles.
I don't make $1 million. I don't make $1 million. I won't. I'm a general manager of the dealership. General managers make a quarter of that. It's just there's not that level. I'm not so worried about billionaires and people who are multimillionaires. I think there's room that they can probably pay for taxes in different ways, but the way it's structured is going to go after companies that a lot of them will be a little bit smaller than us or our size that can't relocate. They're not as flexible. The big companies can dodge it. The super wealthy people who they're really talking about,
they'll just live in Delaware.
As soon as they can relocate in California, or as soon as we lost the Jeff Bezos, that right there, you're losing hundreds of millions of dollars in a pretty short time. So if we want to keep those highly wealthy people living in Washington, but as much as you can find a way for them to pay their taxes. And I think there's other patterns and other structures of states and countries who've done this and kept those people here and found a way to work together without just saying, hey, boom, we're cutting this tax here. And then we see the reaction. It's too late to get them back. Once they're gone, I don't think they're coming back.
What's your margin on a car? Like if you're selling a new truck, you guys aren't making 20% profit on these things.
No. Once we look at everything said and done, paying everything, I can say for the past 3 months, we've been losing money because just the situation with how much we pay for flooring, for vehicles, the market, our structure. Generally we do make a good margin, but where we're at right now, the sales level, we're actually losing money currently for these past 3 months. And they're not trying to hide anything or show anything. You look at the past previous months, it was very slim, but it's usually about 2 to 3% in this current market. When things are a little bit hotter, the economy is booming. Yeah, you might get to 5 or 6% in a really good economy. But things have been going up in Washington, and some of them are, I think, doing good things. Other ones add unintended consequences that we're seeing when the state puts something in place and it hurts businesses.
One of the things, maybe one of the unintended consequences is something like this, where I think it hurts you guys and also other dealerships like yours is, like you said, you guys are, on the way to 200 jobs, good paying, full-time jobs.
Yep.
If something like this goes through, your technicians, you're talking about guys who don't even have to have a college degree. They get other trade school training, but your technicians are making a lot of money, which then is going to fall under. There's another proposal for another one of those employer taxes of like over 130 grand. Your technicians are making more than that, right?
Yeah, that one scares me even more. I think it's not everybody more, but that one probably impacts us as a company more. And we want to have these high-paying jobs. I think it's fantastic that they're high demand. It's like electricians and plumbers. I think technicians, auto or aviation are probably some of the safest, strongest jobs in the future. If I had a child and they're looking at options, I'd say those are high demand, AI safe. They're just very, well-paying. They're fun, problem-solving jobs. And we have many who are making well over that and will continue to do it. And with inflation, I think we could see in 5 years from now, we could have, I hope to have 30 or 40 technicians making well over that amount of money. But I do get concerned if we're paying a 5% payroll tax on top of it, it could make it expensive, right? You could see some companies be like, hey, how do we kind of structure this for having people out of state or not here? We have a lot of jobs that are kind of in that 100 to 135 area. We can only have so many above it, or can they outsource? Our business, we can't outsource like others can, but I could see a lot of companies finding ways to want to avoid that. And we'll face it if we have to, but it does put us again at a disadvantage with other businesses like ours in other regions. If they're competing with dealerships in Idaho or Oregon, it could be something where they could attract those employees, pay them more. I wouldn't look forward to being those dealers who are right across the border from Coeur d'Alene or from Portland.
Oh, you're right.
You were talking to Jason Bickford from Bickford Ford up in Snohomish County. You and I don't know if Jake told you this, but I was raised in the car business. My dad ran a group of 7 dealerships in the Maryland area.
Whoa.
And
cool.
My older brother went into the service. He was a service manager. I was F&I. I was finance manager for a dealership.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I ran screaming from the industry, and this was 30 some years ago. I didn't want to. The family business was, my old man wanted us to stick around. It was a different buying. It was a different customer then. Back then, it was not to be pejorative, but it was a hide and seek game.
Yeah. We don't like that.
Yeah. Buyers didn't know how much a dealership paid for a vehicle. You didn't know what the profit margin was.
Sure.
These days, to Jake's point about your margin, it's very transparent. It's a very well-informed consumer these days, which makes these little intrusions into your business's ability to stay in business all the more painful.
Yep. And dealerships are creative. They'll find ways. The right ones will stay in business. I think there's a high demand for our vehicles and our products, and good things are happening, but it does the transparency in a way, if businesses are doing things the right way, it should make it easier and faster. And the ones who can't will probably just go out of business, hopefully based on the reputation, if they don't really care about people at the end of the day or doing the right thing. We have all the resources we need. We just ask for like a level playing field. And I would say the more openness, transparency with everything happening works out for the buyers, everyday businesses and people.
Yeah, that's what makes the difference in this type of a market in your industry is just the relationships you have with your customers.
Yeah.
It's the intangibles, how you treat people so they come back and be repeat customers. It'd be nice for the state to make 100%. It so hard for you to do this for a community.
Yeah, it does make it challenging. It does make we don't want to pull back on any nonprofit donations. And we spend a lot of time and energy working with them with scholarships that like our Snohomish Education Foundation is important to us. Supporting as many youth sports is our number one thing. My kids are in it and definitely want to see them and other kids be able to have those opportunities to learn teamwork. I think teamwork is probably the most important thing kids could learn today, and supporting each other, knowing the people in their community. So we want to continue doing that, but it is a concern of like, okay, I'm seeing these requests come in. And I'm like, I don't know if I can keep doing as many as I want to do. And we have pulled back a little bit, but we hate to see it. Yeah, I think kids.
Well, Jason Bickford from Bickford Motors, we really appreciate your time. And if this interview makes its way to Bob Ferguson, Jamie Peterson, I'm writing off because obviously he's a true believer and he only wants an income tax like Gollum wants the ring. But if Bob Ferguson hears this, these are the stories that I want to spread out there, because these are the people who are supporting the local communities. All of those things are going to be hurt. Bickford supports like 200 Little League teams every year.
Well,
these are
soccer, Little League.
Yeah, these are like this is who's going to be hurt by this. So Governor Bob Ferguson, if you're listening right now, please reconsider this. You don't want to go down in history as a guy who shuts all this down.
I'd say there's a better way. We want to solve the same goal. Sit down and just pause this and find a better way to get the goal accomplished. And I'd say I absolutely 100% believe there's a better way to get it done and meet their needs and make them happy on both parties. And they don't have to give up or lose, but there's just a better way.
There you go. All right, Jason Bickford, thanks for your time, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, have a great day.
All right, you too, buddy. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the State Liners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades. Now he and his band, the State Liners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
John Curley here. Last year was one of the hottest on record. Did you know a heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you efficient heating and cooling year-round for the price of paying for air conditioning? Don't wait. Call the comfort people. Home Comfort Alliance. HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. The King County Sheriff's Office just released new crime statistics, and the news is very good. Overall, crime down 22%. Leading the way, homicides down 19%. Aggravated assaults down 22%. Robberies down almost 40%, and property crimes, including auto theft, down almost 19%. King County Sheriff Patricia Cole Tyndall gives the credit to deputies on the street.
Our folks are getting out there. They're doing good police work. We are holding people accountable, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Deputies also seized more than 2,800 illegal guns. The Seattle Mariners are at the center of a baseball chatter after an awkward moment between teammates Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh during Monday night's USA-Mexico World Baseball Classics game. Arozarena offered Raleigh a handshake at the plate, but Raleigh didn't take it, saying something instead. Arozarena later made some pointed expletive-filled comments in Spanish. M's manager Dan Wilson.
I know how much these guys love each other, and well, not concerned.
USA won the game 5-3. If you bought oysters or clams from Whatcom County recently, check where they came from. The State Department of Health has recalled shellfish harvested in Drayton Harbor near the Canadian border. It's linked to a norovirus-like illness. The recall covers raw oysters from Drayton Harbor Oyster Company and Manila clams from the Lummi Indian Business Council. They were harvested between February 13th and March 3rd. The FDA says restaurants and retailers should not serve them. Police in Washington would no longer be allowed to hide their faces while dealing with the public. The state Senate gave final approval yesterday to a bill banning face-concealing masks. That includes ski masks and tactical masks. The bill now goes to Governor Ferguson's desk. And now let's go over to the KIRO News Radio traffic desk and check in with Lori.
And traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Eastbound 90 at Island Crest Way. We still have that stall. It's taking up 2 right lanes. It's only a 13-minute drive, though, Seattle to Bellevue. And same on 520, 13 minutes. Southbound I-5 slows in Seattle between the lake bridges. A little heavy northbound past 520 and a little bit of a slowdown northbound I-5 as you head past 526. It's not going to cost you any time. 99, of course, closed through tomorrow from South Holden to East Marginal Way. Traction tires advised on US 2 and no restrictions right now on I-90. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thanks, Lori. Rain is on the way, 45 for afternoon high. Wednesday is when that atmospheric river now kicks in, bringing heavy rain down here. The mountains are about to get a winter blast. Snow is falling this afternoon in the Olympics and Cascades above 1,500 feet. A blizzard warning kicks in tomorrow night at 6 p.m. through early Thursday morning with gusts up to 45 miles an hour. You may want to delay that trip over the passes tomorrow if you can. Cloudy and 44 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you guys are missing any of the show or if you can't make every single minute of it, you are forgiven. We don't hold it against you, but we do ask that you get the podcast so you can listen to it at your leisure, which we highly recommend. We'd also love your opinion on the stories that we discuss. You can get us at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, which is 888-973-5476. We'd love your thoughts on all topics, this one included. Spike, were you ever behind the table of a Girl Scout cookie selling troop? Were you ever a Scout dad?
I was a Scout dad. Yeah, we moved some product for the cartel. No, for the Girl Scouts, a fine organization. But man, I just hooked up with my dealer on this weekend.
Did you?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
You got your supply.
Couple of boxes home. Shipment. You bet I did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the age? Like what age when you were doing this with your daughters?
It was only the second, only Darby, and probably about 8.
8. Okay.
Yes,
I mean, that's
8,
always what
8,
I think.
9,
It's like
10.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
It's the most adorable thing. I actually always feel bad whenever I go into a grocery store and I am not planning on buying cookies or I don't have cash on me. Yeah. I always try to figure out like how can I get out of the other exit. But they're smart, these Girl Scouts.
Both ends.
They're smart cookies. they get you on both exits.
They can make their own little custom signs.
Yes, and
they got
have
their
sashes
on. I know, with the
adorable.
badges.
I feel horrible.
Those little dough eyes and those dozy dough cookies.
You got to buy them.
You got to buy them. You gotta.
What would you think of this? Like, tell me honestly, when you were a Scout dad, would you have taken your Girl Scouts to a cannabis dispensary?
There would have been wars as to which Scout got that. Got that location.
Got that valuable.
Oh, dude, you know.
You get off our block.
Right?
Can you imagine?
Little territorial war going on, little turf war.
So funny.
You betcha.
This happened in New Jersey. There was a Girl Scout troop that apparently is in hot water because they went to a cannabis dispensary because smartly, somebody who I imagine not the little kids, probably one of their parents said, hey, you know what? You know who loves cookies?
Hungry people.
People who are high or who are about to be high.
Yeah, there's a story. Who wrote this story up? Because it is.
This was from the New York Post.
Because it is
originally published at NewJersey.com.
There's a Pulitzer coming for this author.
It's fine reporting.
I mean, some of the turning of phrase done in this reporting is Girl Scout troop in hot water for selling cookies outside pot shop to meet high demand.
That's perfect.
Oh yeah.
Why would they get in trouble, though? I mean, it just if it's legal in your state and it's a place where, I mean, I can understand where maybe people are like, all right, it is a place that sells drugs, although legally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Colorado and Washington and many other states, even in New Jersey, which changed the law about 3 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah, and so maybe people are like, that's a little bit, not a tasteful location to go to. The grocery store is a little more our family speed.
Well, there's actually a directive from the National Girl Scouts Association.
Oh, they had to say it.
Well, it's not the weed thing. It's that Scouts aren't allowed to set up cookie distribution spots, stake out turf, and any business that a minor cannot go into.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, they can't do it at weed stores. They can't do it at liquor stores. Can't do it at gun shops. Can't do it at bars.
Right. If they set up at a liquor store, someone would be like, hey, weirdo, don't set up at a liquor store. Why are you bringing these kids to a liquor store?
Right, put it up right outside.
Or a cigarette shop.
Yeah. I mean, it is a target-rich environment. This is
particularly a good spot.
Oh, my gosh.
And according to the story, people went bonkers for it, as you would assume.
Well, the owner of the dispensary said they partnered. They reached out to the local Girl Scout troop to make a partnership. Because, hey, man, we're legal.
Yeah.
We're hungry.
We want to also
we want this. We want to support scouting.
Yeah, we want to make our image like, hey, we're family friendly.
Yes. But the Scouts, they want no part of it. There's an image issue.
What's the process like when you guys? I imagine grocery stores, things like that.
Yeah, and
you contact them, or does the Scout set that up for you?
We reached out to various businesses.
Yeah,
and it was Home Depot was a choice spot.
That's a good spot.
Grocers are natural, and you see them every season. I think they're only selling to the 15th this month.
Okay,
I know my cutoff date, but I got a freezer in the garage full of trefoils, man.
Is that your favorite?
Well, that's my wife's favorite.
Okay. What's your favorite? If you had to pick one Girl Scout cookie for the rest of your life,
I could take it in my car right now and show you the 4 empty boxes of Dozy Doughs.
Dozy Doughs. What is a Dozy Dough? I don't know what a Dozy Dough is.
Oatmeal cookie peanut butter filling, baby.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's the best.
What's the mint one? The mint.
Thin mints. Thin mints. Those are the kids' favorites. Got a couple boxes, and when I say a couple boxes, I'm not talking a $6 box of cookies with 2 sleeves inside.
Oh, you mean like a shipping box?
I mean a shipping box.
Which is probably what, 12 boxes, 10, 12 boxes?
I think it's 6. I think it's only 6 in a box. But yeah, I got a couple of those of Thin Mints. And when I say my freezer's full of Trefoils, I'm not kidding.
Really?
Because they're limited. It's a limited time. They're gone.
It's like eggnog.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking for eggnog in January, and I was so mad.
You got to freeze it.
Gone.
I froze it before, and then I broke it out.
Does it work? Is it
yeah,
good?
I mean, it freezes than you thought, but it's still you still feel weird drinking it in hot weather. I took it out in July one time.
Bad choice.
I did. It was nighttime. It was in July. Everybody's outside. And it's like sunny.
Eggnog, man.
I poured an eggnog at a barbecue, and it just doesn't have the same effect.
Not the same,
Yeah, made me feel weird.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I actually kind of hit it.
I don't care how much booze you put in, it's just not the same.
You're right. And I wasn't even drinking booze in it, but I still I went into the bathroom to drink it, and I threw the cup away under the sink.
That's what I do. It's what I do with my boxes. I got to stop on the way home and hit a nondescript public garbage.
What are we talking prices these days on Girl Scout cookies?
There's a seasonal cookie. I forget which one this year has a special.
Sweet little cookie.
It's a set. There's a $7 box this year for like one of the higher end, but on average there's $6 a box for Girl Scout cookies.
And have you tried the ice cream?
What?
The Girl Scout ice cream? This is a thing, right? You guys know about the Girl Scout ice cream?
Now we talking like.
Laura, you've seen it, right?
I think maybe.
I thought that was a well-known.
This is not ringing a bell.
Or did you dream this? Because this is genius.
Did I just dream it?
This is genius.
I could have sworn that I've had a Girl Scout ice cream before.
Now, there's Girl Scout cookie flavors. I think maybe Ben or Jerry or some brand made a Girl Scout cookie Thin Mint.
I assume it was made by the Girl Scouts.
In conjunction with, yeah.
Who makes
Breyers.
it?
Breyers makes a Girl Scout.
Is it a Thin Mint?
Thin Mint ice cream.
I had a Thin Mint, Breyers.
Yeah. It's a Breyers product, yes, in collaboration with the United States Girl.
Well, that
Girl
makes
Scouts
sense.
of
And then the proceeds, some of the proceeds go to the Girl Scouts.
Oh, yes. They make a Samoas. Hello.
Yeah, they make a lot of them. I wish they would make a lactose-free one because I could really enjoy it.
Are you lactose intolerant?
Lactose intolerant. I got a lot
poor
of
man.
I got
to tell you, buddy,
wrong.
It's not you. It's not the cows. It's the what we put in milk. What we do to milk these days.
You think so?
I swear to you, it's what we do to. And then pasteurization's great, saves lives. But I give was it RFKJ?
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn the acronym. Give them credit for keeping our food clean and pure, man.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was lactose intolerant before we started putting stuff in milk. Nobody was gluten intolerant until we started putting stuff in bread.
You're right. Now
people living on bread for eons, for millennia untold.
Now nobody can drink milk or eat bread.
Right, because it's the stuff we do to bread to keep it lasting on the shelf for 8 weeks.
You can't even walk in the same room as a peanut anymore.
Right.
People just freak out whenever they see a peanut.
And you used to be, kids built up tolerances to these things, little bits of, peanut in your kid. No kid from the 50s with peanut allergies. They just say peanuts. Now we shield them. We protect them. We used to eat dirt in my family. My mom knew. My mom knew. Eat
She
a little
said,
bit of dirt.
someday you're going to want some of this in your bad foods.
That's why the baseball thing was so easy for me.
Really?
Well, you were dirty.
Because you knew about it already. You said, I know what this tastes like.
5-second rule. Boom.
This is nostalgia.
Sure. Takes you back.
I also can't eat shellfish, though.
I know.
How do you explain that? That's a separate thing.
That's a different thing.
And we've had shellfish allergies forever.
Well, yeah. And you're from Scandinavian descent. I would think shellfish would be part of your DNA.
Well, we do a lot of fish. We eat a lot of fish.
But it's shellfish in particular that gets you.
Shellfish in particular.
I know.
Yeah,
I made gumbo.
Any fish. You put any fish in front of me, I'm going to eat that fish.
I made gumbo at home from scratch, and I brought in some for Laura, and I made a jar for you, and I'm thinking, no.
Jay can't eat it.
Jay can't eat it. I can't. And
maybe on a day when I don't like him, I'll give it to him. But right now, I'm not going to give it to him.
No, I'm not. It's going to be gluten free. It's going to be lactose free. It's going to be shellfish free.
What a boring eater I am. That's horrible.
Well, a long life though, buddy.
Can I give
Good
you
life.
one more thing that I don't like about these Girl Scout cookies?
About
I like everything about Girl Scout cookies. There's nothing wrong with the Girl Scout
cookies. The fact they're restricting their sales, keeping them away.
That part, I guess I understand the reasoning behind that. If a kid is not allowed in the establishment, then I guess I understand why they wouldn't like it. But whatever, you got to give them credit for going where the customers are.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't fault them.
What's it, 500 feet from a pot shop? What's the limit there, Girl Scouts of America?
The Girl Scout cookies are fine, but the Boy Scout prices. The Boy Scout prices.
Those things, they're like $20-some a bag or whatever.
I felt bad, probably because I had skipped a Girl Scout cookie, and so the next time I saw a Scout, I went, I'm going to buy a Scout thing. And I walk up to get a caramel corn.
Caramel corn, yes.
Caramel corn.
Yes.
The bag was $15 for like a little tiny bag. It wasn't even like something I could share with my family for a year.
Wage gap.
Single serving.
That's all I have to say.
It was crazy expensive. Oh, you think it's that's funny.
Girl Scouts only earn 70 cents of every dollar Boy Scouts. That's just a travesty.
You know what? I bet you they're making more money than the Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts are not having to raise their prices.
That's what it is.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. March is the start of spring, as you well know, and I bet your outdoor list is already growing just like mine. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has my back and yours when it comes to checking off those exterior maintenance jobs that really can put you up in a precarious position up on that roof. Get off that roof. Valentine has a huge March promotion going on right now. They're not only going to take care of you this year, they're going to get you covered for next year too. This month only, you can get a free year of roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof. You can enjoy seasonal checkups, professional care to keep your new roof looking its best, plus flexible financing with payments as low as $159 a month. You're also going to get the Valentine experience, guaranteed with every project, seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. It's no surprise Valentine Roofing is trusted across the Puget Sound. They were voted the 2025 Gold Best Roofing Company in the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. Take advantage of Valentine's free year of roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof by calling 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see that red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Mariners fans, the 2026 season is officially on deck. And Cal, Julio, and the defending AL West champs are ready to feed off your energy at T-Mobile Park. Be here for every monster home run.
There it is, number 60. The magical tour of Cal Raleigh just continues.
Every 100-mile-per-hour heater.
He's frozen and the ball game's over. Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Every clutch moment.
A bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes, the Mariners have the lead.
It's going to be an epic 50th season, and you won't want to miss it. Mariners baseball. Try to enter.
The Mariners' first homestand is stacked. Don't miss opening day on March 26th. Cal Raleigh's 60 home run bobblehead night on March 28th. Presented by Alaska Airlines. And a star-powered showdown against Aaron Judge and the Yankees. March 30th through April 1st. Get your tickets today at mariners.com.
At Bible Law Group, our team reflects the same lessons learned by our founder, James Bible, while playing for legendary Husky coach Don James. Coach James always said it's amazing what gets done when nobody claims credit. That's the philosophy we carry into every case, because your victory is what matters at Bible Law Group. When your legal problems hit biblical levels and you feel like you're stuck in a lion's den of litigation, you need a legal team that won't back down. At Bible Law, we've secured over $40 million in settlements for our clients, and we're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The team that gave me back my full head of hair, Advanced Hair, is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. Dr. Perungo and his world-class team begin regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And Advanced Hair guarantees your new hair will grow, just like they did for me. Find out why Advanced Hair is the best of the best. With your free consultation, you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. This was a weird story, and I can't really make heads or tails of it. I mean, I understand it, but it kind of goes against everything that I would assume about where the freshest water in the country is.
Right. I saw the same thing, thought the same thing.
I would assume that because we live in this beautiful Pacific Northwest, where we have reasonably healthy air quality. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think isn't Bellingham oftentimes the cleanest air in the world?
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to think about, but it's
until we get wildfires, then we become Beijing West.
Yeah, and then it's the worst place in the world. Yes,
but the water
is bad.
I saw the story. I couldn't believe it. I had to do a little backup research. I'm like, no, it's accurate. The people who measure the quality of your drinking water cite their sources as to why Washington is in the top, ranks 37th in the U.S.
37th, that's not near the top. That's not very good. And then the places that are the top don't make any sense. I would just assume if Washington is 37th, then other states near Washington would be also far down the list, but that's not the case. The highest quality water in the country is Hawaii, number one.
It comes straight from a waterfall.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A beautiful native woman hands it to you in a cupped hand.
Here's the thing about
magic.
Hawaii, though. I used to live in Hawaii. Yeah. You can't swim in the water in Hawaii if you have cuts, because they have leptospirosis, which is a flesh-eating disease. Did you know about this?
No.
Yes.
Nobody told me this.
Yes, you have to watch out for it.
A lot.
Yeah, but apparently the drinking water, if you're going to drink it, it's good stuff.
Okay.
It's really great. I think that's the name of it. I could be wrong, but
didn't
I
I
think
see California was also second or third in the country?
California's second, and then Minnesota. There's no making heads or tails of this.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. So here's what they said. They said Washington, according to the EPA, Washington has 1,991 violations per 100,000 residents. And they said, well, this might sound high, and that makes us the 37th dirtiest water, which sounds kind of great. We're you're dirty water.
Dirty water.
Dirty water. We're the 37th ranking in clean water. And the very bottom, the worst place for clean water, I would have assumed would have been the number one place for clean water.
I had the exact same thought.
Tell them where it is, Spike.
Alaska.
Alaska.
It's nothing but ice and water.
Whenever I think of Alaska, I just think of I'm going to dunk my head in that water and drink it.
Is it elk whiz? What's polluting the water in bears?
Beaver fever.
Is that really
Have you heard of beaver fever?
No.
Yes.
Well, I know you're not supposed to drink from streams. Is that why?
But I would assume that this, when you go out in the nature, you can just dunk your head.
The further from society, the better.
But that's not true. These dirty beavers. This whole thing is not supposed to sound so pervy, but it does. But those beavers, what they do is they go to the bathroom in their water, and then it floats down river, and then if you drink that, you can get very, very sick.
Well, some of the attributes to polluted water are farm runoff. We have a lot of that in Western Washington and Eastern Washington. We have a lot of farm runoff. That contributes to the groundwater. We get most of our water in Washington from surface water.
Green River, Cedar River, South Fork, Tolt Rivers.
Okay, and underground aquifers, I should say.
Yeah.
And, we get so much rain. We coming off the mountains. We get it from the rivers. You'd think it'd be magic around here.
We shouldn't have any lack of clean water.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Something's going on. They say it's old pipes also. There's a lot of old pipes apparently, and so that's contributing.
Okay. Leaking. They say leaking the clean water that they treat, I guess is the right way to say it. It leaks out of old pipe systems. And that affects how much quality we can have, and that's how dirty water gets into our system. Is that
dirty water? They say a tiny drip of water. You can read about all this at mynorthwest.com. Obviously, Spike and I did because we're just telling you about it now. But a tiny drip of water in your house. Mm-hmm. Let's say you have a leaky sink or whatever. 3,000 gallons a year of clean water are then going to just basically drip down the pipe.
Thrown away.
Throwing it away.
Wow.
But I still don't understand why that makes the water dirty. Just because you have a leaky pipe, why does that make the water dirty? Presumably the water's clean on its way into the pipe.
Yeah, and clean water is going back in. You're just repopulating the aquifer at that point, aren't you?
I don't know. It's very strange. I feel like it's a conspiracy.
The 46th and 49th states in regard to dirty water. 49th? Montana?
Which I
Alaska
generally
and
regard
Montana
as like
have-
the cleanest place.
Right?
This to me is like an Alaska situation.
Mountain stream, bend down.
Yes.
Scoop up a handful.
Oftentimes, we go to Montana
Catch a
every
bass,
summer.
have dinner, boom.
100%. I'll catch a bass. We'll go fishing.
Right.
We'll go in the river just like a river runs through it. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about all the people in my life and I'm, saying the whole thing that Robert Redford said. And I'm sitting there fishing, and then when I'm done fishing, I'll reach down, I'll scoop up a handful of water, and I'll drink it. I generally feel sick for a couple hours. But I just assume it's because I was dehydrated.
Okay. Is that you waited too long for that cool, clean water?
They also have beaver fever there, I guess.
God. Well, they say that the reason that Idaho and Montana rank so high is because of an antiquated, older water quality system that they're not being able to treat, and they leak out so much of the clean water that they do process.
I don't get it. I used to live, when I lived in Seattle, we used to live nearby. There's a big, giant over near Green Lake. What's that?
Oh, the reservoir?
The reservoir.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yep.
It's massive.
It's like a Ravenna area.
Yes,
right?
near Ravenna.
Yeah.
And I remember driving by there all the time thinking, like, is that where we get our water?
That's where they store water.
It's where they store water, but it must go through a cleaning process between there and when it gets in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching all the time, just birds on it.
Yeah. Tarp. It's covered in a tarp.
That's not going to work.
Seems clean. Yeah.
Weirdos could easily jump the fence and, I hope they don't, but that stuff, I think about that stuff.
You taste Washington water. It tastes great.
Tastes great.
That's
That's actually
you been to Florida?
chemical spray they put in.
Okay, so it's that new water smell.
Yes.
You ever go to Florida?
I've never been to Florida.
You can smell the water.
Is it yummy?
No,
it's not.
No, it is groundwater from the sandstone that it sits in, the aquifers are in. Horrible.
Salty?
You know who's got the freshest, cleanest water in the world? In America, I should say.
Where?
You'd never guess.
Didn't we already say Hawaii?
New York City.
Oh.
As far as the quality of the drinking water, because they go through so much.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't sit anywhere. It just keeps moving.
Good for them. Good for New York. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Insulation rebates from PSE are at historic highs. American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $3 million in PSE insulation rebates last year, more than any contractor in Washington. Homeowners, business owners, and PSE trust American Crawl Space and Pest Services. Was your home built before 1990? Visit AmericanCrawl.com to see how much you can save on replacing your insulation.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Great decisions start with knowing your options. Lake Washington Windows and Doors are built to perform. Their windows are 25% more efficient than Energy Star standards, cut noise up to 50%, and are designed with low-maintenance clean glass technology. While most window frames are hollow, theirs feature Comfort Core insulation for superior energy efficiency. Find your pot of gold with up to 20% in savings and 12-month financing with zero down, zero payments, and zero interest. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com. A name you can trust.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Seattle's new mayor is laying out a big vision.
She offered few specifics.
Engaging conversation.
Has anybody noticed their electric bill? It's diabolical, Ursula.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from consumeraffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, after hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words switch today in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour, and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. Gas prices are surging in the U.S., with motorists paying about 20% more per gallon than before the start of the war. This Rogers, Arkansas driver is feeling the pain.
You know, honestly, I don't really even look at the price anymore. It's kind of depressing, so I just get it as I need it, you know.
There's no movement on tapping the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and the White House says there was no escorting of a tanker by the U.S. Navy, as posted online by the U.S. Energy Secretary, and then quickly taken down. The White House says the U.S.-led war against Iran is moving ahead of schedule. CBS's Linda Kenyon has more.
The initial timeline was 4 to 6 weeks. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the end of the war is within reach.
Ultimately, the operations will end when the commander-in-chief determines the military objectives have been met, fully realized, and that Iran is in a position of complete and unconditional surrender.
But what is unconditional surrender?
When they no longer pose a credible and direct threat to the United States of America and our allies.
Adding, Iran doesn't have to actually say it unconditionally surrenders. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
The Pentagon has released the number of American service members wounded in attacks since the start of the war with Iran. CBS's Cammie McCormick has that.
A Pentagon spokesman says about 140 service members have been wounded in attacks since the start of the war. The majority sustained minor injuries and have already returned to duty. 8 service members are considered severely injured. The spokesman said they're receiving the highest level of medical care.
Voters in Northwest Georgia's 14th congressional district are going to the polls to cast their votes in the special election to replace Marjorie Taylor Greene in Congress. There are 17 candidates on the ballot, 12 Republicans, 3 Democrats, 1 Independent, and 1 Libertarian. Former District Attorney Clay Fuller is one of the Republican candidates.
Obviously, the president's endorsement makes all the difference in the world in Georgia 14. So we're just making sure that we're reminding voters throughout this campaign and throughout today that we're the Trump-endorsed candidate.
Tia Mitchell of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Sean Harris, the Democrat, is likely to make it to a runoff, but a Democrat is not likely to win the seat in the end.
The top 2 candidates will face off in an April 7th runoff election. Shots are fired at the U.S. consulate in downtown Toronto. It happened early this morning. No one was hurt, no arrests. Toronto's Deputy Police Chief Frank Barreto says a white Honda CR-V may have been used in the shooting.
2 individuals emerged from the vehicle, discharged at what appears to be a handgun at the front of the building, and then got back into their vehicle and drove southbound.
U.S. home sales rose in February as home buyers seized on easing mortgage rates. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson has her eyes on libraries. More on that coming up, but first, the KIRO News Radio Traffic Desk is where we say hello to Lori.
And traffic is brought to you by Seattle Sports. We still have this problem eastbound 90 at Island Crest Way, blocking at least 2 right lanes, slowing you down a little as you head into Bellevue, about 2 minutes. 520 is a 13-minute drive, Seattle to Bellevue. Now, southbound I-5 slows between the lake bridges. Northbound is a little heavy past 520, and it's a 24-minute drive now, Seattle to Linwood. And to Federal Way, just a 1-minute slowdown. Northbound 99 closed through tomorrow from South Holden to East Marginal Way. And if you're heading over the mountain passes, traction tires are advised on US 2 and no restrictions on I-90. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. I'm Lori, KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Seattle voters could decide on a $410 million library levy this August.
Mayor Katie Wilson says the 7-year plan maintains hours at all 27 branches. It also funds things like security, earthquake safety upgrades, new books, and enhanced technology.
I believe each of these new investments are critical to ensure a strong library system for years to come.
For homeowners, the price tag is roughly 31 cents per $1,000 of assessed value, or roughly $156 a year if you own a $500,000 home. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
The marathon debate over the income tax on millionaires in Washington continues. As a tactic to change and stall the bill, Republicans have proposed dozens of amendments. One of those amendments from Republican Matt Marshall included spending 25% of the tax's revenue to pay for Medicaid reimbursement.
The best way to increase access to care, specifically primary care, is to increase provider reimbursement. That's exactly what this amendment would do.
Democrat Janice Zahn disagreed.
I'm not sure that right now today, based on what we know, that 25% is the right number that we would lock ourselves into.
That amendment failed. The more House amendments pass, the longer a bill can be held up going back to the Senate for another vote, with just 2 days remaining in the current legislative session. Well, we now know what caused the blockage last month on Mercer Island sewer line, and it's not what you think. It was fog, fats, oils, and grease, and a lot of it. The Public Works Department reminds customers to dispose of fatty substances properly and keep them out of the drains. Wipe small amounts of grease from pans with a paper towel, pour cooled oil and grease in a container with a lid, and either recycle or throw them in the garbage. Starbucks has announced the closure of 5 more stores in Seattle. KIRO 7's Dee Sun has more on those locations.
The Seattle Center Armory store, as well as one inside Seattle Children's Hospital, though the hospital says there will still be another location available inside their facilities. 4 out of 5 of these are unionized locations. The Starbucks Workers United says it has filed an unfair labor practice charge and will demand a bargain with the company over the closures.
Closures of these 5 locations start in April. And now your weather update. Increasing chance of rain this afternoon with a high in the mid-40s. We'll drop just a few degrees overnight, right around 40 in Seattle. Tomorrow is when that atmospheric river really kicks in with heavy rain in the lowlands and blizzard conditions in our mountains. 44, mostly cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. We got a lot of stuff we're going to get to in just a few minutes. I think at 2:30 we're actually going to play some audio and give you the... If you don't speak Spanish, you're going to want the translation. We actually also can't play it because I guess there's a lot of cursing that happens.
Even in another language, we're not.
Even in another language, we're going
to
protect your delicate ears.
Yep.
Also, we don't want to get fined. So we're gonna read you the transcript of this fight that's kind of happening between Cal Raleigh and
Randy Arozareno.
Randy Arozareno.
Nate taught me how to say that, by the way. Yeah.
How do you say his last name?
Arozareno.
Arozareno. Yeah.
I was horrible at it until Nate showed me how to do it.
I bet you knew. I bet you got it right.
I know one of us screwed it up. Maybe, I thought it was me. Maybe it was him.
I bet you it was one of those times where he corrects you and he's wrong. That seems like a Nate thing. No, I'm just joking. Nate's a good guy. But very funny. So these guys were, obviously, they were playing in the World Baseball Classic, and it was U.S. versus Mexico.
Yeah.
And Rosarina goes up to shake Cal's hand before they, because obviously they're teammates, and one would assume buddies.
Yeah.
And then Cal doesn't shake his hand, and Rosarina has words for him after the game. All right, we're going to get to that in just a little bit. There's a lot of stuff, and now Dan Wilson has been asked about it, and now he's responding to it, and it's kind of
some juice.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. So we'll talk about that. Also, just a quick mention. This isn't, you and I were just talking about this on the commercial break, but this is interesting. So right now on the House floor, they're in the debate period of this bill. This is a final chance for Republicans basically to air all of their grievances with what they feel is an unjust income tax. And they have the opportunity to speak for a great deal of time, and they are taking it. They are now 19 hours in, and they're not stopping. And it's still going. And, you got to give credit, no matter how you might feel about this. You got to, and obviously I'm supportive of the Republican side. I don't think this is a good idea, the income tax for Washington State, for reasons that we have talked about many times.
And there's lots of reasons to be unhappy with the bill and its state. And we mentioned for the last couple of weeks, what if they change this? What if they amend that?
Yeah.
But no. It's got a deadline.
Tell me, why are they not amending these things? Because now the Republicans are proposing all these things.
Yeah. So far as I think 13 amendments have been shot down because they know that the bill has been passed by the Senate. Now it's in the House.
Yeah.
If they make any changes to this bill, it will then have to go back to the Senate, for reconciliation, because you have to have both houses' agreement on a final bill before the governor can sign it.
Governor.
So the Republicans are trying anything they can to put any amendment on the bill so that it maybe doesn't meet the deadline. The session, the abbreviated session closes on Thursday. They're pitching all these Democratic-supported ideas. As Nate brought it to you, the 24% of all money collected by this millionaire's tax would go to Medicaid reimbursement.
Sure.
They pitched the most Democratic idea you can come out of. One thing that Governor Ferguson said was a requirement before he would even begin to sign it is free school lunches and breakfasts to all kids in Washington. That was one of his "I'm not signing unless" moments just a month ago.
Now you watch. Now he signs it without.
Because Republicans said, "Hey, man, you guys wanted this. The governor spoke to this directly.
Put it in."
And Democrats said, "No, we can't do that.
No, we're not putting it in.
We got a deadline. We got to get to the deadline." Such smart politics.
19 hours and counting.
Yeah, what the priorities are.
19 hours and counting.
Did you see the sleep schedule?
Yeah.
So you showed me that. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent that to you. It's pretty funny.
Since the Democrats they want to vote, they want to make sure they can vote. If the Republicans run out of amendment steam, and they're in the 19th hour.
Yeah.
They put a little nap map out on the wall there,
so that their sleepy schedule.
Yeah. So you guys go get a couple little winks, and then you come back.
One of these on here was for this must have been a Fitzgibbon amendment, but one of these on here was for a happy hour.
Don't do that, buddy. You'll never stay awake. Trust me, I know.
You don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
Yeah, see if you can stop him. Here's what the sleepy schedule said. This is not a joke. They posted this, and then all of their names, so they let them know. They said members not speaking on amendments, and obviously I'm making jokes about Fitzgibbon.
Because we love him. That's how
I don't love him, but
I love him. That's how you tell somebody, hey, buddy, you make a little joke, Nick. Maybe.
Well, I'm mostly joking about him because he doesn't take the job seriously. Otherwise, he wouldn't show up drunk to work. Which he admitted to, and that's how much he cares about.
Real quick sidebar, though, when one of the, I forget which Republican representative was, says, hey, a lot of people drink around here.
Yeah.
There's liquor in most every office on this that Capitol complex.
I would say liquor in the office and being visibly drunk to the point where you have to admit it on video
and get a ride home.
In the middle of a committee meeting.
They sent
as
him
you're
home?
giving speeches.
Yeah, and then he came back.
I would say those are allegedly
worlds apart.
I would say those are,
Yeah.
I'm
with you. Totally.
They said members not speaking on amendments or final passage are, and then they explain all these things, are on break means sleeping, resting. Let the folks know where you are in case the floor needs you so they can come and rouse you from sleep and get you back on the floor.
And this was posted by Jim Bruner of the Times, right?
I don't know where I saw this, but it could be it. But yeah, it's just funny to see how they are doing this because 19 hours is a long time to stay awake. But obviously we have, very firm feelings about this one way or the other. I highly recommend, if you guys missed it, go back and listen to our interview that we did with
Jason Bickford.
Yep.
Or
at
yesterday.
1 o'clock. Or yesterday
Todd Myers.
2 days ago. Yesterday we had Todd Myers on. Go back and listen to the podcast, and you can hear Jason Bickford describe how for their company, which is in the auto industry. They're trying to grow their business and employ people with really good jobs, and this hurts their ability to do that, and it chases away business, and it does the worst thing possible, which is it might force companies like theirs, local family-owned businesses, to have to eventually sell if they can't afford to do business, and then they have to go to a company that then collects these up and has their headquarters out of state, so they're not hit by the same taxes.
Right.
Bickford's been in Snohomish for almost 100 years. I mean, that family goes back 120 years.
So they sponsor 200 Little League sports teams.
200 sports teams every year.
Jason said that's one of the first things they got to cut from their budget are the charitable work that they do.
Yeah. So don't make them do that. Governor Ferguson, rethink this. This is a bad idea. And obviously, if you really want it done, do it without going against the Constitution. That would be a start. If you believe in the Constitution of our state, then do it the right way. And that would, all right, we've talked enough about the income tax today. Let's move on.
A more pleasant subject.
A more pleasant subject.
Starbucks is closing
Starbucks is
five more stores.
Where am I going to get a coffee?
Right? What are you going to do?
Now, why are they closing more? They're closing 5 more locations, all in Seattle, right?
Yeah, because they're deemed low efficiency. They don't serve enough the community to merit the resources being allocated to these 5 locations.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to My Northwest and see if one of these 5 locations is your favorite, your regular stop. I mean, you may have to go an extra 500 feet to get to the next Starbucks in Seattle. But, since they brought in the CEO from Chipotle, he's dedicated $1 billion in retraining, retooling.
Brian Nickel? Yeah.
They're going to be opening new locations, but in more efficient locales to serve more customers more efficiently, and they're going to upstream. I'm not sure the right verbiage here. Their stores are going to become reconfigured.
Sure.
Because they're going back to the environment, the community environment of a coffee shop.
Yes, just like Friends,
as opposed to grab it and go.
Yeah,
which they leaned into heavily, and it just didn't work out for them.
It's interesting. There's this debate going on right now online. People are, sniping at each other back and forth about whether or not Starbucks recently they announced they're going to, expand their headquarters, some of their headquarters, almost like not exactly a headquarter 2 situation, like a Boeing thing, but like they're just going to add some official business offices in Nashville.
Nashville, yeah, because they want to explore that southeast region of America.
Even though they have 250 Starbucks
in Nashville.
And there's a lot of people who are saying well, no, they're not moving. They're staying put. They're just expanding a little bit there because they're trying to grow the business, which obviously they've said they want to grow the business. Mm-hmm. I do wonder, though, if that's one of those things where you say initially, no, because you're not trying to freak people out.
Right.
Obviously, Starbucks has deep ties to the community here. It's a Seattle business. It's home.
Plus, they bought that old Sears headquarters and put that mermaid on top. What are they going to do with that?
I suppose they could just abandon the building like any other abandoned
building.
Take the mermaid with them. Yeah. But the question is whether or not they're going to test the market in Nashville, see how they like it. Do they like the tax structure? Do they like those things? And then move.
Yeah, that's what they're testing. It's the corporate tax. They're going to put their foot in the water.
Dip their toe.
Of a more friendly tax environment.
A cannonball into it. And they're going to say, this is so great. Come on in. The water's fine. And it's way cheaper. I hope that doesn't happen, but it could happen if it's too expensive here. Here's another thing I do wonder, like the climate, the business climate here. Katie Wilson, I got to play this cut because I do think it's interesting. Mayor Katie Wilson, this was literally her first act as mayor. She had just, I think Bruce Harrell, former Mayor Bruce Harrell, had just called her to say, hey, I realize that I'm going to lose this election now and I'm stepping down.
Yeah.
He just conceded. And then her first act, before she even goes out and gives a celebratory speech, was to show up to a Starbucks protest
on one of their they're now closed Capitol Hill locations.
Which is now closed. And she got up there behind the mic and she started talking about how she's not going to, she's protesting the company. This is her first act. Think of a more Seattle institution that's recognized around the world. I mean, there's a few: Microsoft, Boeing, Amazon would be.
Well, you got to count Starbucks in that.
But Starbucks is right in there.
You betcha.
And this is what she had to say.
Oh my gosh, it is so amazing to be here today. You all are beautiful.
Hopefully, her mic management gets a little bit better. She's a little hot on that mic.
Here we are.
Not her, the speaking.
Thank you to the incredible Starbucks partners and workers who are here today and fighting across the country for a fair contract and for a union.
I'm not diminishing her looks in any way, by the way. I was just saying.
No,
I don't want people to think I was calling her hot. I'm a happily married man.
No, we don't need a makeover. If we need a makeover, it's on policy. It's on her public relations interactions with the city, which have been lacking.
Would this have been your first act as mayor? I don't know.
Together we can send a powerful message. No contract, No contract.
And she said, I wonder if she's still doing this. I haven't seen any pictures of her with Starbucks before or after, so I don't know if this was a change, but she says no buying Starbucks until a better deal.
That is why I am proud to join them on their picket line and proud to say loud and clear, I am not buying Starbucks and you should not either.
I love that in the background, though. I want to get one of those for the show. Wouldn't that be fun? One of those, like, what is that called, Andrew? Do you know what that's called? That sound effect that... It's like...
Oh, like an air horn.
An air horn.
Oh, okay.
Do we have those? Do we have like a...
I don't know.
I just feel like that'd be a good
think you're doing it
punctuation.
just fine.
Yeah, you're really good at this, man.
Yeah,
I can hardly tell the difference.
We may have to go to an artificial air horn, though, because if you do that every time Ferguson breaks a promise.
I'm going to
lies
lose my breath.
Lies to a voter, you're going to run out of steam pretty quick.
All right, if you do have it, Andrew, after we play this next cut of Katie Wilson's, you can play it. And if not, no pressure.
And I would like to close with a message to Starbucks. This is your hometown and mine. Seattle's making some changes right now. And I urge you to do the right thing. Because in Seattle, when workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do? Because this is your city. Thank you very much.
Yes, Andrew. Yes.
Can you load that up somewhere so I can just hit that randomly? That is going to be fun. I'm going to play that a lot. What a stupid punctuation.
It
I
makes
love
every
that.
poor political decision a party.
Everything. Does it make everything better?
It just makes it a party. Yeah, it's like adding bacon, everything the mayor says.
Oh, that's great. Oh, bacon. I love bacon so much. All right. Here's something else that's interesting. Did you see this story on SeattleRed.com? Bellevue Police, they have a light rail crime unit, like a dedicated light rail crime unit.
Well, yeah,
What do you think about this?
Well, it's about time, and I think it's a smart idea for Bellevue. Isn't the idea to head them off the pass, maybe? Is that the best way to phrase this?
Yeah.
The particular goal of this unit, the light rail crime unit, is to stop unsavory, unwanted Seattleites from taking the light rail across Lake, which opens on what,
And
March 24th?
When you say unsavory, what do you mean by that?
Oh,
On March
people who
28th.
might be smoking on the train, might be camped out in aisle 5.
Yeah.
Might have set up a little domicile in the middle of the row there.
The rules for people getting on light rail, often in Seattle, people are not buying tickets.
It's an honor system for some people. Some may not have any honor.
Yes.
I can tell you firsthand.
Sometimes people are doing drugs.
Sometimes.
They don't have as much of an appetite for that sort of thing in Bellevue. They tend to frown on it pretty harshly.
Yeah.
And so I do think it's good that they've set up this police unit.
Well, they got resources that they employ very well. Yeah, they do.
Why don't they do the same in Seattle?
Lack of resources. I got to think. If we are per capita one of the lowest represented law enforcement communities for per capita size of our city in America.
I don't think it's lack of resources, because wasn't there just a big thing recently where Governor Ferguson signed something into law where they had like $100 million that they could spend on law enforcement? And they had signed. Remember, we did that story like a week ago.
There were grant money that hadn't been used up, though. Wasn't that the case?
Well, it hadn't been used.
Yeah.
And so sounds like the money's there. It just had to be
the money's
used.
in the bank, but the money isn't going to stop a smoker, a fentanyl smoker from getting on the train.
But that's what I'm saying. Why don't they hire people using that $100 million, and then you walk up to the smoker who's sitting on the train with that money. You say, hey, I got this grant money. Guess what, buddy?
Get out of here.
Gone.
Well, he's not going to Bellevue, and we should take a lesson.
Bellevue's figured it out. Yeah, Bellevue's figured it out. They're not going to allow this type of thing. So the train is supposed to arrive in Bellevue on March 28th, just a little over 5 years behind schedule. And you won't be able to do it. Sergeant White posted on X. He says that this new task force allows us to focus specifically on those challenges that light rail brings to Bellevue, which, again, I think we all know who he's talking
Challenges.
about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Challenges are a really nice word.
And you're a challenge, and you're a challenge,
and you're a challenge.
I like that too. That's good. There'll be officers posted on the stations. There'll be officers posted on board the trains.
I would feel safe if I was on one of these trains and I had a bunch of police officers around.
I would too.
I like it.
You know, when I was made the horrible decision to not pay to ride the train.
Yeah.
And I was approached by a fair enforcement officer in his bright yellow vest.
Was that so embarrassing?
It was embarrassing, but it wasn't intimidating. And when he handed me my warning, the first of 5 I was allowed to get before I would be required to actually pay the fare,
And
all the
and
intimidation.
with what enforcement?
Intimidation was gone.
Yeah, what are they even going to do?
Now, if an officer of the Bellevue Police Department came up to me on the train, I'm handing him cash.
Exactly.
Where do I swipe my card? Where do I tap to pay?
It's a different scenario.
Let me put this pipe out. Let me roll up this tinfoil and eat it.
Sir,
in
I'd
front
also
of
like
you.
to make a donation to the officers' fund.
Absolutely.
To the officers' ball or whatever they do.
Yeah. The secret policeman's other ball.
Yeah, I think that's a good job for Bellevue. Obviously, it sends a message that they don't want a bad element coming in. I always wondered about that, too. Like, when you think about, I know a lot of people in the Mercer Island area, and the train will go through Mercer Island, right?
Crosses over the island. Yeah, you bet.
I assume there's going to be a stop on Mercer Island, or is there not a stop on Mercer Island?
Do they people just look out and kind of...
They just go like, oh, man,
and
look how the other half lives.
Right. They lick the window or something. There's a stop on Mercer. Poverty Rock.
There must be.
Sure.
Poverty Rock.
Yeah, there's a velvet rope when you get off. Do you have a reservation? Can I see your ticket?
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're not. I'm sorry, the guy with the headset. You're not on the list.
Mercer Island Police Department. They're Seattle PD, right? SPD is Mercer Island the SPD?
Yeah.
They don't have their own police
I
department
don't know.
on Mercer Island.
That's a great question. I've never been pulled over or locked up on Mercer Island to know.
Someday.
That's a good. I got a dream. A dream.
You know what? You don't shower for a few days. You hop on light rail.
I'll find out.
I guarantee you.
Try to get off.
You open the doors on Mercer Island. The cop just looks at you.
Got a very tight-fitting black T-shirt with a headset on. Says, "I'm sorry, you're not on the list."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Move it along.
Sorry.
Head on over to Bellevue, buddy. Take your bindle. Go to Bellevue.
Go. No. Go back to the cross and get your little self back to Seattle.
Head on back to Seattle.
Yeah.
They'll take care of you. All right. When we come back, can we finally talk about this Cal Raleigh, Randy and Rosarina beef?
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. We're going to read you actually what he said, and we'll let you be the judge of whether or not you believe it's real or fake. And then we're going to read some of your text messages about the topic at the end of the hour, and you can tell us whether or not it's a fake. It could be a fake story. They could be just having fun.
They're entertainers. They're performers,
but it doesn't feel that way.
It's pretty real.
Feels real to me too. All right, we'll get into that when we come back. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
Two competing budget proposals.
Senators want to be aggressive, they say.
Traffic.
We have a stall on westbound 16.
Conversation.
If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They're bringing it home again.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in one day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Whether you've done some preparation already or you're just beginning to plan for your retirement, it's never too late to make sure you have everything covered. Elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayach joins me. You have an opportunity coming soon that will help answer some important questions, don't you?
We do. And every month we take 3 or 4 opportunities to go to the communities and educate people about what proper retirement planning is. The notion of retirement planning around having a hodgepodge plan, working with a financial planner, a lawyer, a CPA, a doctor, those pieces by themselves are not going to give you the results you want in retirement.
And you and the LifePoint Law team want to teach us about the Safe Harbor Trust?
They do. The single biggest financial threat in retirement is an uncovered medical illness. A Safe Harbor Trust, it should be a must in most of these estates, but is not.
Be part of the next seminar in Tacoma on March 10th, Bellevue on the 12th, Federal Way on the 14th, and Everett March 17th. Learn more and secure your space at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Dr. Mark Wagner has performed over 20,000 stem cell procedures, including mine, at Seattle Sports Regenerative Medicine. And we've interviewed over 100 of Dr. Wagner's patients, and we hear the same things. It changed my life. I'm back to doing the activities I love without pain. It really works. It's remarkable.
We love helping people get back to living life to the fullest and doing the things they enjoy most.
They also must really enjoy not having the pain and recovery time with surgery.
Stem cell therapy is a 60-minute, non-surgical, minimally invasive procedure to eliminate pain, regenerate cartilage, treat tendon and ligament tears, osteoarthritis, and chronic tendinitis.
And you only use the patient's own stem cells.
That's right, their body's own stem cells.
So, whether it's a hip like me, an elbow, shoulder, or knee...
Don't forget ankles, wrists, and thumbs.
Yep, those patients too. Before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD first. Learn more at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaid spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday. Scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A frantic father is asking for the public's help to find his missing daughter. 28-year-old Violet Benjamin was last seen February 28th near her home in Ballard. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Violet Benjamin is 5'10" and a half with a slim build, brown hair and brown eyes with tattoos on her arms, neck, and shoulder. There have been sightings in the Ballard area, but she may also be on Capitol Hill or in the U District. Her father, Yobi Benjamin, flew to Seattle from San Francisco to help search for his daughter.
She suffers from mental health issues. She's very vulnerable, and we'd like to find her and take her home.
You can see Violet's picture at mynorthwest.com. If you see her on the street, call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
There's no beef. I love Randy. That's the word from Seattle Mariners star Cal Raleigh during Monday night's USA-Mexico World Baseball Classic game. His M's teammate Randy Rosarina offered Raleigh a handshake at the plate, but Raleigh didn't take it. Rosarina later made some pointed, expletive-filled comments in Spanish. M's manager Dan Wilson.
I know how much these guys love each other, and well, not concerned.
And Raleigh told reporters, when we are back in Seattle, he's my brother, he's family. By the way, the USA won the game 5-3. The trial started Monday for the man accused of shooting a disabled veteran in a wheelchair on Seattle's waterfront last July. Prosecutors say he confronted the 68-year-old, demanded to see military ID, then opened fire, leaving the veteran wounded, according to Como 4. The FBI is teaming up with Federal Way Police to find a murder suspect. Mike Harrington is the FBI special agent in charge of the Seattle field office.
Today we're announcing the addition of Samuel Ramirez Jr. to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitive list. Ramirez, wanted for those 2023 murders of 2 women here in Federal Way, is now the 538th addition to that list.
He is accused of shooting and killing 2 women at Stars Bar and Grill in May of 2023. You can see his picture at mynorthwest.com. And now let's head over to the KIRO News Radio traffic desk and check in with Lori.
Traffic is brought to you by Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Still have this problem eastbound 90 at Island Crest Way. 2 lanes X'd out. You can see on the signs about a 6-minute slowdown now if you're heading from Seattle to Issaquah on I-90. 520 across the lake, just a 13-minute drive. And this is wild. Seattle to Everett, you're going to see a 2-minute delay. Seattle to Federal Way is a 2-minute delay. Seattle to Renton, 2 minutes. And Seattle to Redmond, a 2-minute delay. I'm Lori. KIRO. Oh, find your pot of gold at the Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Save up to 20% plus enjoy a 12-month same as cash financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com now. I'm Lori. KIRO Real-Time Traffic.
Thank you, Lori. Your weather update has increasing clouds this afternoon. Rain on the way. It's already heavy down there in Olympia. The atmospheric river has been delayed a day, now set for tomorrow. Heavy rain and breezy conditions in the lowlands. Blizzard conditions in the mountains with a couple feet of snow in a 24-hour period. Partly sunny and 44 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Everybody was abuzz earlier in the show about this this beef between, or is it fake? Is it real? We just don't know. So we're going to have to figure it out, and you're going to help us do it. World Baseball Classic, is that what it is? The World Baseball Classic? Yes. Yesterday, Team USA plays and beats Mexico. And Cal Raleigh is the catcher for Team USA. Randy Arozarena plays for Mexico and was coming up to bat. And because these guys are teammates, obviously, and I would assume friends, you would assume friends.
Sure, brothers in arms, man.
Brothers in arms.
Yeah.
Arozarena reaches down. Raleigh's crouched behind the plate, reaches down to shake his hand before he swings the bat. And this is what it sounded like as Cal refuses to shake his hand. Crowd notices, starts booing. Boo, they say. Boo. Boo. Team USA went ahead to win that game, obviously.
By the way, the game was played in Houston, Texas, and a very pro-Mexican crowd on hand.
Yeah.
At the games. That's why
So
Rosarena got the support of the crowd when Cal.
By the way, Houston,
hand.
For shame, Houston. Team USA, you're in America. Let's root for Cal.
You know,
why not?
Hey, heritage. You know, a lot of Mexican descent. You know, in the crowd.
I understand. I understand, but it's Texas.
Houston's still in Texas, right?
Houston's still in Texas.
Still in America, right?
Texas forever, man. Okay. Texas forever. You watch Friday Night Lights? Good golly. I didn't realize that was in Texas that they booed. No wonder Cal Raleigh was not shaking his hand. They're booing him.
You know, a lot of
guys probably booed him the rest of the game too.
This has been so. This has been so microscopically, microscopically examined since yesterday.
Dissected.
Yeah. I mean, forensically mulled over. A lot of catchers say they won't shake a batter's hand because of pine tar.
Which totally makes sense.
Makes sense.
Because if the pine tar makes its way from his hand onto the ball and back up to the pitcher,
right, you may have
there could be a violation.
Yep,
pitcher could be thrown out.
Exactly.
So there is a reason why he might not. That I think the reason he didn't shake his hands because they're competing.
Yes.
Who shakes hands? Are you going to shake one of your buddies' hands, even if he's a friend of yours? Like, what sports do you? When's the last sport that you played?
Oh, last sport was lacrosse.
Team sport.
Lacrosse.
Okay.
Yeah.
In lacrosse,
softball don't count.
In the middle of a game, there's a difference. Ahead of a game, I understand. Captains head out to the center, and they flip a coin, and everybody shakes hands. Let's have a good game.
You've seen many times in the NFL post game guys, even pre-game guys, go over there. They chew the fat, they hug.
Post or pre,
right?
How often are you seeing that in the middle of a game?
Nada.
Never.
Nada.
So what are people getting upset by? I don't understand why they're pissed.
Well, because it was more than just a handshake or a handshake denied and a boo. Because Randy spoke to a a Hispanic language media outlet after the game.
He did.
And was asked about the altercation.
We can read some of that. We cannot play it because there is cursing involved.
Yeah, and I don't think our Spanish is, our acumen's high enough to
quite good enough
to get all the.
I'm sure AI could have done it, but whatever.
Do you trust that? Not with our jobs.
No,
sir.
No, I wouldn't. That's a big fine. All right, so here's what he apparently said when he was asked about it. He says, first, I'm going to say to him in normal Spanish, the only thing he has to do is thank God that he has good parents, that his parents are very well mannered. Thank God 2 days ago I was able to see them at the hotel, and they came to greet me, gave me a hug, and they were very proud of me to be able to see me again. So it sounds like a Rosarina got to see Cal's parents, and they were friendly.
Part of this World Baseball Classic.
Yeah. He says, the other thing I want to say to him, he says, I'm going to say it the Cuban way. What he has to do is truthfully go bleep himself. We added the bleep.
Yeah.
Go bleep himself. The Mexican way, he can go bleep himself. And in English, I'm going to say it in English, the good decision, he told me, he can shove it up his bleep. I'm out. It doesn't sound like the interview went super great. When they were asking him about this.
It's funny because, when you look at the fact that I'm going to say it in 4 different languages.
Yeah.
Or 3 different languages, whatever. Yeah, it was 4. Because the dialect is so unique to Cuba, to Spanish, to English. I want to make sure I convey this in every possible way.
So he's originally from Cuba and then he immigrated to Mexico?
I believe so.
Okay, so that's why he's representing Mexico. Okay, that makes sense.
But he made sure he got every single one of these.
Just in case Cal
passionate
didn't get it in any language. Just say it 3 different ways.
Yeah. And then, so to the point where Dan Wilson, hey, you guys okay? You guys okay?
Oh, yeah, this is what Dan Wilson said. He was asked about it. He says, I don't know what you're talking about, he said with a wry smile. Was this a Seattle Times? I don't know.
Yeah, Times gave us that.
Okay. But then he addressed the situation. He says, these guys are incredible athletes because of their competitiveness, and that's where they're at. And that's why they've gotten to the level that they've gotten. But I also know that our team loves each other deeply, and that's one of the key ingredients we have in that clubhouse is how much they love each other. So I don't anticipate this being any bit of an issue.
No.
And then he further said, I'm not concerned this group that we have in the clubhouse is so tight. Like I said, they love each other. And when they get together, it's go time.
Yeah.
So this is going to affect them next season.
And Nate had a little update, too. Cal was asked about it again today. He goes, nah, man, we get to Seattle, he's my brother.
Yeah.
And I thought about that statement because that really puts it in. That explains everything.
Yep.
Who besides your own brother would tell you what to do to yourself in 3 different languages?
That's true.
Nothing says
you got to
brother.
Be pretty confident in that relationship.
Yeah, yes. And there's love in that relationship.
I will say, of the 2, though, who handled themselves best? Because so Rosarina reaches out. He does the initial kind of nice thing, which is he asks for the handshake, and Cal denies him the handshake. Now, you and I have both met Cal. He's a quiet fellow.
Quiet guy, yeah.
He's a little reserved. He doesn't strike me as like a boisterous, loud guy.
I would agree.
Even when you watch him like during the season and in the playoff run, amazing stuff that they did, he would have a big moment, and then he would kind of just, it seems like he's holding it all inside. He's quiet.
He's not quite comfortable with the spotlight that found him this year.
Boy, was he ever in it. Yeah.
Big time.
So they asked him about this after the game. He didn't want to comment after the game. Reporters asked him about it. He says, no comment. He's not immediately going to respond to it. When the Times reached out seeking a comment as well, which I actually find to be kind of the classier of the responses. If you're caught up in one of these, just don't give him anything.
So that's
but Rosarina's having fun. He's like, here's 3 different languages to say bleep him. He can go bleep himself.
Let me draw you a map.
So who do you think handled it best?
Cal handled it more. I appreciate Cal's handling it from a professional business perspective.
Sure.
But I want a Rosarino on my team. That's the response I want.
You also want
I want
the passion.
that guy. I want that guy. Yeah. I mean, luckily we got them both. Got the best of both worlds.
Dan Wilson also handled it pretty well. I think he did a smart thing. He's like, listen, they're competitive. These guys are the way they are because they're so competitive.
He loves that fire in there. You bet, man. And then they just, it's cliche, but they grew up right in front of our eyes last year. I mean, they really did. They rose to the moment. They carried this team further and deeper into the playoffs than any team in Mariner history. They came within 1 batter of going to the World Series last year.
Sure.
They had a late lead, give up a home run to a great hitter.
I know.
Right? I mean, these guys,
remind me.
They're so ready. They are so ready to take the next step. And I love, first of all, I love the World Baseball Classic because spring training can be a little mundane, a
little boring.
You go through through the motions. Where's the fire? Where's the passion? It's about X's and O's, yada yada.
Working stuff out.
And the World Baseball Classic, to get their competitive fires going like that pre-season.
Well, the games matter.
Yes, it's awesome. I love this. Love this.
It also
story.
could have to do with the fact that they lost. Like Mexico lost, so Arozarena's kind of licking his wounds.
Yeah.
And now afterwards, he has the opportunity to say funny things. It's kind of funny. I mean, I think it's kind of funny.
USA's 3-0 in the World Baseball Classic. They'll play Italy today if they advance. They win today, they'll advance. They'll guarantee them a spot in the quarterfinals. Boom.
They got to beat Italy.
Yeah.
Right?
You never know. Yeah, I would think.
Never know.
I would think.
You never know. All right. I mean, if they beat Mexico, you got to believe they're going to beat Italy.
Yeah.
The soccer match, not as much.
They're playing. Yes.
But in baseball,
we invented this game.
Come on. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. or visit revivemenshealth.com.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Staples has hot deals on everything for your business, like up to $125 off your print order. Ends 4/18, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of topics today, which got a lot of responses from Girl Scout cookies to Seahawks to politics. Tons of fun stuff. Laura, fire away.
On the Seahawks, RB in the 360 says, darn you, Spike. All these years, I thought the last Super Bowl loss was my fault because I got a new couch after the previous win. But come to find out, you recorded a victory song before the game? How could you?
Yeah, I did. I hadn't looked back at that dark moment in my life for 12 years now.
It's your eternal shame.
Yeah, it is. Counting my chickens.
Release yourself from it.
Thank you.
It's in the past.
Thank you.
Can't change
Let
the
it go.
past.
Let go of the rock.
And RB, I mean, what if, not darn you, Spike. He should be complimenting you because you have just alleviated the guilt that he's had over that couch. For all those years, you've done him a great service.
There you go.
He owes you a debt of gratitude.
Yeah, maybe a used couch.
And a couch.
Corporate money in politics. Doug in Mount Vernon says, educated voters should be able to make an informed decision. Lobbying or political spin is a matter of perspective.
All right, on Girl Scouts trying to sell cookies outside pot shops and casinos, Kay says, are you sure kids can't go in a liquor store? When I was growing up, we could, but we had to be with a parent. That's a great question. I don't know if you're allowed. I would assume that you could bring a kid in with you to a liquor store. I don't know why you would need to.
You just can't buy it?
It's just if you're...
well, the kids can't go by themselves.
If you're, you pick your kid up from somewhere and they're with you, and you also need to get a
bottle of hooch.
Your bottle of booze.
My mom just left me in the car.
That's good parenting.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do.
With the motor running.
Yeah. No,
and the radio on. Window cracked. Yeah.
I'll crack the window. I'm not a monster.
Pack of crackers in there in case they get hungry. You know?
Oh, we didn't get that.
Jason from Snoqualmie, there was a similar story a few years back about Girl Scouts selling cookies to ice fishermen at their huts. They sold out of everything. That is really smart.
It is. Brilliant.
Captive audience. You're bored out of your mind. You're hungry.
Laura, I sent you that. Oh, it's not Shay because there's a scout in it. I told you this. I was out front of Comic-Con last weekend. And there is a Girl Scout, a mother-daughter, two families, two scouts, two moms, setting up a cookie superstore.
Sweet.
Right across the main entrance of Comic-Con. And as I'm watching this Mandalorian in full garb, head to toe, armor, and a stack of cookies in his hand, it was magic.
That's fantastic.
Scouts are brilliant.
Also, and who would stop them? I mean, like, I imagine it's probably most people have to get like a vendor permit for something like that.
Yeah.
But I imagine like nobody's going to tell a sweet little girl, you can't sell cookies here.
That's how we get you.
Exactly.
Jeff from Kent says, I have 3 daughters that were all Girl Scouts. We would have felt safer at a pot shop versus the Safeway in downtown Kent.
Ooh, telling.
Probably true.
Yeah.
Kirk in Mount Vernon, take your Thin Mints, freeze them, put them in a plastic bag, beat it with a hammer, and sprinkle it over vanilla ice cream. That sounds pretty good.
I know what I'm doing tonight. Thank you.
I don't know if you need to. Oh, I guess the reason you're freezing them is because if you just smash them up, they're going to be kind of gooey.
Yeah. You want them crispy and snap.
That sounds so
snap
good.
Farmer Brown says Wendy's has a Girl Scout Frosty. Is it
I didn't know
seasonal?
that.
Yeah, look at this. Learning.
Sounds great.
Should I order it like we did with the big arches?
I'll be getting one on the way home.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys eat that one.
It's about Shamrock Shake season too, isn't it?
Actually, it is.
It is Shamrock.
Yeah,
Shake.
Currently?
Shamrock Shake. Yeah,
it is.
Get them there.
Yeah, it is.
I know what
Yeah,
I'm
it
doing
is.
on the way home.
That's a week away from today. That's right.
Wow.
Patty's Day?
Yeah. You bet.
Do you do corned beef? All that stuff?
Of
Yeah,
course.
we do too.
Me and the kid me and the kid had our first Guinness together. Our first Guinness together
Really?
last year. Yeah.
It's a special
Kid
moment.
at legal age. As any Irish father will tell you, seeing a young man passed out in front of a face down next to an empty Guinness. Magic. Sláinte.
It's fantastic. On allergies, Theo says, I'm going to throw it out there that no kid in the 1950s had peanut allergies because that kid died. Same thing with Shellfish.
Oh, ouch. Well, my apologies to those
I didn't know
people.
that, Theo. I don't. Okay.
We just didn't talk about it, I
That
guess.
took a dark turn very quickly.
Seriously.
On Washington's unclean tap water, Hee Haw Aaron says, boy, do I feel dumb. I thought beaver fever was something completely different.
Yes, Aaron, you are wrong. It is something. It's water quality.
Yeah, it's a technical industry term used in water management.
360 is the answers for us, too.
All right, go for it.
It is Giardia that you get from the water, and it's not just from beavers. All animals carry it, but its nickname is, in fact, beaver fever.
That's true. Yeah. It's nasty stuff. You can get real sick. You can, get temperature.
You're supposed to boil stream water. I mean, everybody knows that, right? Little
Yeah, I
parasites.
guess that makes sense.
Or those life straws. You ever get those?
Those are sweet.
They work, right?
Yes.
They got filter right built into the straw.
You can drink it straight out of the thing. I don't know how long you can, but it's pretty sweet.
Enough to get to civilization, I hope.
253 Bruce says, remember that the founder of Olympia Beer famously left Montana for Olympia specifically because the water was amazing here and bad there.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Are they still in business? They're not still
Olympia?
in business.
I don't know. Let's
Olympia
find out.
Beer, maybe.
I got a lot of stops to make on the way home.
Benny, the tugboat expert, says the best tap water I have ever tasted was in Houston, Texas. They distill their drinking water, 100% pure. It's one of the most polluted places in the world, and that's what they have to do. Water bills are high, of course.
Yeah.
So the petroleum industry in Houston, I know it's a very petroleum-heavy industry city.
Sure.
They have to treat their drinking water. They have to distill it to that degree. Wow. Otherwise, it would kill you.
Are you watching? Do you watch Landman?
I love Landman.
I
love it.
We just started the second season.
Yeah,
it's good.
Second season's good.
Yeah,
real good. You got do you find yourself getting spoilers online?
No, people have gotten pretty good about that. Like I haven't watched Night of the Seven Kingdoms either on HBO. The follow up, that's the prequel to Game of Thrones.
Okay.
But people say it's very good, and I don't really know anything about it.
I've only seen the first one, and I enjoyed it very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the whole season's available now. I'm excited to watch it.
All right, time for one more.
Go for it.
Is there a Mercer Island light rail stop? 206 says, when I was 16 years old, I pulled over on Mercer Island for driving too late at night. I didn't have a driver's license. I only had my learner's permit. So I had to call my parents at 3 in the morning and tell them I've stolen their car and I need to get picked up in Mercer Island. So yeah, they've got their own police and they are great.
Well, good job. Yeah, Mercer Island's very safe. They're doing it right. Thank you guys so much for your text messages and for hanging out with us today. John Curley's coming up next. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
The John Curley Show.
When people sit there and they see people with the American flag and they're utterly disgusted because they associate the flag and USA with Donald Trump, don't do that. You're doing yourself an amazing disservice.
Weekdays 3 to 7.
You could dislike Donald Trump, but you can still love America. It's like discounting Photograph from Nickelback, which is actually a pretty good song. Think of the fact that you love this country, and what you love about it is it's inclusive. Good. Include others.
Watch The John Curley Show live on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Remember that time we were driving through France and for some reason we didn't have GPS?
Oh, for some reason? That reason would be that you didn't plug your phone in because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah, because I let you borrow my phone so you could call your mother, and you're on the phone for like 30 minutes telling her where we are. But that aside, we didn't know where we were going. We did fight a little bit because we didn't know where we were going. I think that Longevity Medical Clinic is like the GPS for us. They tell us which turns to make. They tell us which directions to go, right?
They do. And now I feel like the two of us together have a clear path and we have more control over our own health care.
Right, exactly. So you don't have to get out of the car and try to find information somewhere. It's all right there. As you're aging, all the little sort of turns you have to make in order to be able to have lots of energy and to enjoy your life. So for as far as I'm concerned, Longevity Medical Clinic is our GPS. Do what Nick and I have done. Take a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
Spruce, spruce, spruce. It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book